We are halfway.
Give back. Chevron and the Astros Foundation are committed to supporting Houston's youth by donating $1,000 to local youth charities for every Astros victory. It's teamwork that reaches beyond the ballpark and into the Houston community.
As a proud partner of the Astros, PNC Bank is a big fan of the game, but it would like to remind everyone there's nothing wrong with keeping things boring once in a while, like when it comes to managing your money. Steady consistency is a winning approach, so go ahead and cheer for that base-clearing home run, but don't forget to save a little applause for those sensible walks and interest-bearing savings accounts. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
By authority of the Houston Astros LLC, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Astros. Take it away, Robert.
Thank you, Steve. It's Shane Bieber, right-hander on the mound for the Blue Jays. His first appearance at 2026, and his first pitch to Jose Altuve is taken outside for a ball. First pitch brought to you by Daikin, proud to help listeners stay comfortable indoors while perfecting the air we share. The 1-0, and that is outside again. 2 balls and no strikes. Bieber has been out all year with elbow inflammation, activated today. Made 5 minor league rehab starts. Here's a 2-0 to Altuve, and that's lined in the left center field and down for a base hit. Chasing it down in the gap, but getting past him, Sanchez goes all the way to the wall. Altuve is on his way to second with a leadoff double. So Jose Altuve with his 12th double of the season, as he continues to swing a hot bat, his 6th hit in his last 5 games.
You know, he got himself in a nice count, taking a couple of close pitches, and got a 2-0 pitch that he could really smack. That's our Honda drive of the game. Race it today for a great deal on a Honda at your Greater Houston Honda dealer.
Here's Jordan, second in the AL with a .323 average, second in the majors with a .431 on base percentage. Tied with Byron Buxton for the AL home run lead with 25. Second in the AL with 56 driven in. Bieber delivers, and Alvarez takes one a little high for a ball.
Mostly sunny skies in Toronto today, 76 degrees with a breeze.
A little warmer than yesterday, of course, starting a little earlier today. The 1-0, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Alvarez 3 for 5 with a double in his career off of Bieber, whose last rehab start came Wednesday for the Blue Jays AAA affiliate Buffalo against Charlotte. Gave up 5 runs in 5 innings, walked 4, 1-1. That's up and away, 2-1, through 80 pitches. And yeah, in rehab starts, do the results matter as much as they do when it's for real? No, but you certainly, if you're the Blue Jays, have to be a little concerned by how that last rehab outing for Bieber went. 2-1. And Alvarez hits it in the air to left. Sanchez coming in a few steps, moving toward the line. He's there to make the catch. Altuve fakes the tag at second base, and there is one away. That'll bring up Christian Walker, right-handed hitting first baseman, batting .238, .312 on base percentage. Tied for 8th in the AL with 18 homers. 6th in the AL with 52 runs batted in. Talking about this with Joe Espada earlier today about how key that first inning was yesterday. Astros got a run off Dylan Cease, but had a chance to get more, did not, and wound up losing by 2. First pitch, that's over for a strike, 0-1, 93 on the fastball to Christian Walker.
Blue Jays dealt a little something with, as far as rehab starts go, earlier this year with Trey Savage, who pitches tomorrow for him, and he wasn't throwing very well in his rehab starts either.
0-1. And that's another strike over the outer third. It's quickly 0-2, a changeup.
But Savage has come out of the gate with pitching very well. Even in that first start, he was right on the money. So they're hoping the same thing with Bieber.
And, of course, it is a little different when you're talking about a veteran pitcher like Bieber, Cy Young Award winner back in 2020 with the Guardians. Altuve off second, 1 out, the 0-2. And down and away with the breaking ball, blocked by Valenzuela going to his right, 1-2. Bieber does have an extensive resume of success in the big leagues. He has been hurt much of the last few years. Only made 7 starts for the Blue Jays last season after they got him from Cleveland, where he was rehabbing from Tommy John surgery. 1-2. In the dirt, that bounce in front of the plate. Altuve takes off, going to third. The throw in, not nearly in time. Great read by Altuve. Valenzuela was slow to react, and Altuve took advantage. It didn't get very far from the Blue Jays catcher. It was right in front of him. So that'll be a wild pitch.
You got to anticipate to be able to advance on a ball like that, and that's what Jose did. And with 1 out, that's when you want to do it.
And now the infield comes in for the Blue Jays with Altuve now at third. It's a 2-2 count to Christian Walker. No score in the top of the first. Second game of this 3-game series. Astros trying to even up this series at a game apiece. 2-2. Swing and a bouncer to the backstop, and the count remains even.
Christian didn't even hardly take a stride there. He's just trying to use his hands to flick it to the outfield. Trying to score this run early, and that's a big reason why he's got better than 50 RBIs at the halfway point.
Yeah, this is the Astros' 81st game of the season, so after today, they'll officially be halfway through the 162-game schedule. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on an off-speed pitch down. Walker strikes out, 2 away with Altuve still at third.
Here's the defense for Toronto with their infield moving back now. It's Sanchez in left field, Varsho in center, Straw in right. Infield, Okamoto at third, Jimenez at shortstop. Urias just got traded over from Arizona. He's at second, Guerrero at first, and Valenzuela catching.
So 2-out runner at third for Isaac Paredes, right-handed hitting third baseman. RBI single in the first inning yesterday. First pitch here. And a big swing and a miss at a cutter, 0-1. Paredes hitting .247, .350 on base percentage, 10 homers, 38 RBIs. That RBI single he had yesterday gave him a 7-game hit streak. And Phil Chait's in the pull. The 0-1. That's down and away with a breaking ball, 1-1.
And he's wearing the crown right now as far as ABS challenges, right? 9 for 9 so far as that goes. One of those to go in his favor yesterday.
Astros hitters have been exceptional with the ABS challenges. Highest success rate in baseball. Here's a 1-1. And that's hit up the middle and just out of the reach of a lunging Urias and in the center. Altuve jogs home. Isaac Paredes an RBI single for a second straight day, and it's 1-0 Astros.
Astros do that better than anybody. 2-out runs. Their percentage is the best in baseball, and Paredes got one off the end of the bat. I think he broke it, but it paid off.
So Paredes now has driven in a run in 3 straight games, has an 8-game hit streak, and he's at first base with 2 out for Yainer Diaz. Right-handed hitting catcher. Pitch on the way, and the fastball's at the letters for a strike. Yainer hitting .237, .264 on base percentage, 2 homers, 15 runs batted in. This is his 5th game back from the oblique injury, 3 for 13 since his return. The 0-1, bouncing ball foul wide of third, and it's quickly 0-2 to Diaz. Bieber, traded at the deadline last year from Cleveland to the Blue Jays. He was still recovering from Tommy John surgery that he had in April of 2024. 0-2. That slug to center fairly deep. It sends back Varsho onto the warning track, makes the catch a couple of steps shy of the wall, right at the 400-foot marker, and straightaway center field to retire the side. Astros get a run on Paredes' RBI single, and after a half inning, Astros 1, Blue Jays coming up.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is...
Tremendous defense in this series from Nasim Nunez.
Jake Myers, what a catch! Looks like he's played there for years. Not too shabby, young man. 2 Gold Star plays. It's a back left shift. Beautiful thing on both sides of the infield now here for the Braves. Back to the warning track and makes the catch up against the wall. It is caught by Davis Schneider. Leaping grab by Meyer. Closing is Mitchell, and he makes the play. The race is on, and Vladdy will win it.
Yes, Chisholm. Lovely, lovely play.
Eyes on the ball, right? Yeah. Tyler O'Neill goes skyscraping at the right field fence. Oh, Billy Cook.
One of the greatest center fielders in the game today.
Backtrack, leaps at the wall, made the catch.
Diving stop by Palacios, who is just taking hits away from everybody.
I'll tell you what, through 3 2/3 innings, I think Richie Palacios deserves a Gold Glove.
Astros with a 1-0 lead in Toronto, bottom of the first. Peter Lambert on the mound for the Astros. Right-hander is 6-4, the 3.23 ERA in 11 starts, 64 innings, 46 hits, 25 walks, 58 strikeouts. League batting 199 against the 29-year-old from San Dimas, California. 7 innings, a 1-run ball. His last time out Wednesday against Detroit. Did not walk anyone and struck out 5 in that game. George Springer leads it off, right-handed hitting DH. Pitch by Lambert. And that's a strike over the inner third, 0-1. Springer hitting .228, .318 on base percentage, 8 homers, 21 RBIs. Infield playing him to pull the 0-1. And that's a little high. Springer almost offered at it, but it's a 1-1 count. Home plate umpire today is Brian Walsh. Chad Whitson has the calls at first. Dylan Wilson is the second base umpire. Crew chief Bill Miller at third. 1-1. Fouled over the screen and into the second deck.
One thing Lambert does probably as well as anybody on the Astros staff is pitch inside effectively. I think you have to do that to some of these Blue Jays hitters, Springer included.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase one off the plate away. And Springer strikes out to begin the bottom of the first.
It just gets him off balance. That fastball inside early in the count. Got Springer on his heels.
Set him up for that slider away.
Yep.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., right-handed hitting first baseman. Batting .283, .365 on base percentage, 4 homers, 32 runs batted in for Guerrero. 2 hits yesterday. First pitch, and that's in tight for ball 1. 91 on that 2-seamer. Beautiful day in Toronto. Roof open. 1-0. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner. One thing we'll have to keep an eye on with this late afternoon start, just after 4 o'clock Toronto time, what the shadows look like later in this game. 1-1. And that's at the knees for a strike. Guerrero not so sure. It's 1-2. That may have been a little low. Right now there are shadows deep in the outfield. Shadows from the shell of the roof that hangs over the outfield. 1-2. That's high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. But the rest of the field is in sunlight.
That pitch was a little low to Guerrero. They might be a little gun shy, challenging early in this game because of the way it went yesterday.
2-2. And that's hit in the air to right. Easing to his right is Smith, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Yeah, that's a good point. Blue Jays losing both of their ABS challenges by the second inning yesterday.
Yeah.
So 2 out, nobody on for Jesus Sanchez, left-handed hitting left fielder. Batting .280 in 70 games, .323 on base percentage, 7 homers, 29 runs batted in for Sanchez, another former Astro in this Toronto lineup. Got George Springer, Jesus Sanchez, and Miles Straw all in the Blue Jays lineup today, all former Astros. First pitch, swinging a foul tip into the glove of Diaz, strike 1. And then Luis Urias in the Blue Jays lineup as well, his brother Ramon Urias, former Astro. 1-0 Astros lead it. The 0-1 smacked up the middle and into center, a base hit for Jesus Sanchez. Played back in by Matthews, and the Blue Jays have their first base runner. Comes with 2 out in the first.
A little frustration from Lambert. He threw a change up there, didn't finish it, and it stayed up.
That'll bring up Kazuma Akamoto. Okamoto hitting .234, 316 on base percentage, 17 homers, 46 RBIs. Homered yesterday to get the Blue Jays on the board off Hunter Brown. He's homered in 2 straight. First pitch, misses inside. Blue Jays taking the series opener 4-2 yesterday. That's down 2-0. Got the Blue Jays back to 500 their win yesterday, 39-39. Blue Jays have not been over 500 since the end of play on April 4th when they were 4-3. They got off to a bit of a slow start last year. Of course, the year ended up pretty well, making it all the way to the 7th game of the World Series. 2-0. Breaking ball strike on the outside corner, 2-1. It's kind of a familiar story. A lot of injuries early on for this Toronto team, particularly with their pitching staff. Won 94 games last year. 2-1. That is just inside, and it's 3-1 now to Okamoto. Sanchez at first, 2 out, 1-0 Astros, bottom of the first. A throw over to first base, Sanchez back with a dive. He has 1 steal and 2 attempts on the year. Three-1 delivery. Down and away, ball 4. So Okamoto draws the walk, and the Blue Jays have 2 men on with 2 out. Lambert's last start was his first start this season in which he did not issue a walk. Or actually his last 2 starts, the first time. His first 9 starts he issued at least 1 walk in all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been a big issue for him, though, all year like it has a couple of the guys.
Right. Trying to make sure it isn't an issue here with 2 on, 2 out for Brandon Valenzuela, switch hitting catcher, batting left against Lambert. Paredes about a step behind third. First pitch, dribbled foul off to the left, strike 1. Valenzuela hitting .261 in 49 games, 340 on base percentage, 7 homers, 19 runs batted in. He's been a very pleasant surprise for the Blue Jays, a rookie who they got in a trade at the deadline last year with San Diego for Will Wagner, a former Astros farmhand, Billy Wagner's son. 0-1. That is just off the plate away, but it's being challenged by Diaz.
The ball call. It's pretty close here.
That pitch looked to be a little low. I think Diaz is going to lose this. And, yep, it's a ball.
Call is confirmed. The pitch is a ball. Houston has 1 challenge remaining.
1.2 inches below the zone, according to ABS. So it's a 1-1 count to Valenzuela. Native of Hermosillo, Mexico, same hometown as Astros third baseman Isaac Paredes. 25 years old. 1-1. Fouled back to the screen. The book on Valenzuela, the scouting report on him when the Blue Jays got him, was that he was a really good defensive catcher, could be a backup catcher in the big leagues, but just wasn't going to give you much offensively. But they've been very pleased with what they've gotten from Valenzuela offensively. Got to play quite a bit when Alejandro Kirk was out with the thumb surgery. And so when Kirk came back, they wound up cutting loose Tyler Heineman, who had been their other catcher. 1-2. That's outside, 2-2. And that was because of how well Valenzuela played. And they felt like, all right, this is somebody who can give us something offensively and be a very capable backup catcher.
Oh, yeah. Nice pinch hitter, left-handed.
Runners lead off first and second for Toronto. The 2-2 to Valenzuela. And that's popped up foul and into the seats behind home. 2-2 still. Pitches in the first inning for Lambert. Got the first 2 batters. And then a single by Sanchez and a walk to Okamoto. 2-2. Downstairs with a changeup to run the count full. So the runners will be on the move here.
Well, the reputation of the Blue Jays, they weren't seeing many pitches before this series, but they've worked the Astros pitchers over pretty good.
Yeah, we
first
saw,
2 games.
Yeah, we saw that with Hunter Brown yesterday, through 85 pitches over his 3-inning start. 3-2. Did he go around on the pitch upstairs? He did not, says Bill Miller at third, and the bases are loaded on a walk to Valenzuela. So back-to-back walks issued by Lambert. That'll get Diaz out to the mound before Dalton Varsho stands in, and Josh Miller's going to join the conference.
Well, it's not like he's missing by a ton. I don't think there's anything to get too alert over, but it's just getting ahead of the count now. On a dangerous hitter, Varsho can light you up if you don't make your pitches.
This mound visit brought to you by Insperity, the official HR sponsor of the Houston Astros. Right moves help teams succeed. How you HR matters. Lambert all alone in the middle of the diamond again. That's Sanchez at third, Okamoto at second, Valenzuela at first. 2 outs, 1-0 Astros. Dalton Varsho, 256 hitter, 331 on base percentage, 6 homers, 20 RBIs. His 3rd game back. Pitch by Lambert, and that's high for a ball. Varsho missed about a week and a half with inflammation in his left wrist. Returned on Saturday. Infield back, shaded to pull. Paredes steps shy of the turf at third. The 1-0. Clipped foul, bounced behind home. Just got a piece of that fastball away at 95. Lambert quickly comes set. Now the 1-1. That's popped up right side of the infield, or actually goes behind home plate. That'll reach the seats. As Diaz gave it a look. That's a good 10 rows back, 1-2.
Okay, 3 straight fastballs to leverage the count now. What's he going to finish off Varsho with?
Has been better against lefties than righties. Reverse splits for Peter Lambert.
Remember yesterday, Toronto, Robert, was 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position in last night's game.
Bases loaded for Toronto. The 1-2 to Varsho. And that's popped foul again, out of play behind home. As the Blue Jays continue to spoil pitches, 27 pitches here in the first for Peter Lambert. Astros can ill afford to have a second straight short start. One-two again. And that is rip foul down the right field line. Out ahead of that cutter. And we'll do it again at 1-2. 4 straight fouled off by Varsho after taking the first pitch for a ball.
I wouldn't throw that pitch again. That was a mistake. Varsho couldn't keep it fair. But got it right on his barrel.
Runners lead off all 3 bases. Lambert the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Went up the ladder with the heater. Varsho down on strikes, and the side is retired. But a laborious first inning for Lambert. Throws 29 pitches, leaves the bases loaded. And after 1 inning, Astros 1, Blue Jays nothing.
In Texas, we say yeehaw.
In Monaco, we say enchanté.
We got pickup trucks.
We have super yachts.
But now you can have both. Get the best of both worlds with Monaco scratch tickets.
A sartorial issue here. There's the team name, Chicago Cubs, so it does work.
It's got the right color.
Yeah, it's gray.
Maybe there was something went wrong with his other one.
1-1 to Marte, in the air, right to the guy we just showed you.
They're loaded now for Langoliers.
2 grand slams in his career. Crack to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go. And Langoliers has a grand slam! Jay's third home run of the series is a grand slam. And they have blown this game wide open.
And in grand fashion.
Reagular can do no wrong right now.
Puede ser el dueño.
Astros lead in Toronto, top of the second. Shane Bieber back to work facing Cam Smith. His first pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1. Cam did not start yesterday, hitting .219, 300 on base percentage, 7 homers, 26 runs batted in. 0-1 in the dirt. A ball into strike. Second inning brought to you by Dr. Guy Lewis and the Texas Center for Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit lovethatsmile.com or call 281-36-SMILE. 1-1. Grounded up the third baseline, just foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Astros getting a run in the top of the first inning. Altuve led off with a double. Isaac Paredes drove him in with a 2-out single. 1-2. Dribbled foul behind home. And it's 1-2 still. Bieber, 19 pitches in that first inning.
Yeah, first game back, you would imagine that they're not going to push him too far. Maybe his last rehab start, it was 80 pitches, maybe around there.
1-2. Smith hits it high in the air, right side of the infield. Playable for the second baseman. Arias makes the catch above his cap, a couple of steps into the outfield. And Smith is out, number 1. Get a behind-the-scenes look at the ins and outs of Daikin Park with a ballpark tour. See the stadium like never before. Book your tour at astros.com/tours. 1 out, nobody on for Taylor Trammell, left-handed hitting left fielder. Batting .273 in 30 games, .333 on base percentage, no homers, 7 RBIs. First pitch to him, and Trammell takes one at the knees for a strike, and he challenges.
Wow. Batter's challenging the strike call.
Astros, if they lose this, they'll be out.
Well, they're going to win this one. This appeared to be a couple of inches below the zone.
Okay.
As we look at the big board in center to confirm that.
Return pitch is a ball. Houston has 1 challenge remaining.
So the Astros still have that 1 challenge, as you heard Brian Walsh mention. 1-0. Swing and a foul. Got a piece of Trammell in a box, case to the left, and it's 1-1.
I would imagine Taylor comes into this game wanting to be aggressive at a pitch he can drive. I think he's been a little more passive than he'd like and has found himself some bad counts.
He struck out to end the game last night as a pinch hitter against Louis Varland on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball that was down the middle. 1-1. And that's in tight, 2 balls and a strike.
I think if this is a strike, we're going to see a pretty good swing.
2-1. And Trammell flares this off the end of the bat, shallow left down the line, and it's fouled by about 5 or 6 feet. Okamoto was out, Sanchez was in, but neither were going to get there. It's 2-2. Not quite as big of a crowd as last night. They had a sellout yesterday, over 42,000. Still a pretty sizable gathering. An earlier start. They moved this game time up because of the World Cup match that's going to be played later tonight here in Toronto, about a mile and a half from where we sit. 2-2, and that's hit hard but hooked foul into the net down the right field line. Panama against Croatia is the World Cup match being played in Toronto tonight, and BMO Field, which is the home for the Toronto FC, the Major League Soccer team here, and also the Toronto Argonauts, the Canadian Football League team that the Blue Jays used to share this stadium with. 2-2. And Trammell hits it high in the air to right, fairly deep, going back is Straw. He's under it, waiting for it to come down, makes the catch about a step shy of the warning track. And Trammell is the second out, got under that one.
You saw Straw field that off to his side, so he didn't have to look directly into the sun.
So 2 out, nobody on for Bryce Matthews, right-handed hitting center fielder, batting .209. .258 on base percentage, 6 homers, 18 RBIs. Ended an 0 for 13 with a single yesterday. First pitch. That's high. Came on, Matthews did, mid at bat for Jeremy Pena in the 6th. Pena came out of yesterday's game with a right hamstring cramp, Of course, he recently came back from a right hamstring strain. 1-0. This is popped up right side of the infield. Backing up is Guerrero. He's under it, moving toward the line. Now a step into foul ground, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Shane Bieber. And after 1.5, Astros 1, Blue Jays nothing.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to be the judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
Oh, we got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, yeah. I don't know if I should tell the kids that. They should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables. No vegetables? No vegetables. No, is it straight protein? Yeah.
Nothing. Astros lead in Toronto as we start the home second. Luis Urias making his Blue Jays debut, right-handed hitting second baseman, pitched by Lambert. And Urias hits it softly, going back Paredes. It's going to land just over his head and into shallow left field down the line. A bloop single for Urias. Delgado, the shortstop, came over quickly to make sure that didn't get deeper into the outfield, and the Blue Jays have the leadoff man on.
Yeah, Paredes had been playing back a little bit. He could have caught that pretty easily. It's unfortunate for the Astros he was playing in.
Urias acquired by the Blue Jays Saturday from Arizona for cash considerations. Had been playing at AAA Reno.
Hit that 51 miles per hour.
First pitch to Miles Straw. It's over for a strike with a slider. Straw, right-handed hitting right fielder, batting .242, .311 on base percentage, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Sac fly as a pinch hitter yesterday. Blue Jays with 3 sacks flies yesterday. 0-1, that's down. That's how they scored 3 of their 4 runs.
Yeah, that was an odd game. And so far in this series, the Blue Jays have batted 9 times because they didn't have to bat in the 9th inning yesterday. They've stranded 16 runners.
1-1. It's inside. Stranded, the bases loaded in the first inning against Lambert, and all that happened with 2 out and nobody on. 3 straight reaching.
And it's surprising to me to see where Altuve's playing because of how many times we've seen Straw hit the ball to right field.
Yeah, Altuve playing up the middle. 2-1. Breaking balls a little high. 3 balls and a strike. Now, Cam Smith and right, he's in a little bit to try and prevent a bloop the other way by Straw. He's been known to do that.
Yeah, but how many grounders have we seen Straw hit through the right side?
Sure. Walker holding on. Urias at first. 3-1 to Straw. And that's a bouncing ball left side to his left. Paredes, he has it to second for 1. Altuve to first, not nearly in time. Straw too fast. But an out is recorded as the Astros able to get the front man. 1 away with Straw at first base for Andres Jimenez.
That's all the Astros could do. Paredes got rid of it quickly. Altuve got rid of it quickly. You said it. Straw's just too fast.
So Straw at first, 2 steals and 3 attempts on the year. Jimenez, left-handed hitting shortstop, batting .234, .278 on base percentage, 7 homers and 33 runs batted in. Pitch on the way. And Jimenez hits this down the right field line, headed for the corner, and that's down, and 1 hops off the wall. Straw on his way to third. He'll get the stop sign from Carlos Febles as the Astros handle that perfectly. The relay to Altuve on 1 hop to home. Blue Jays now with runners at second and third with one out for George Springer.
Get it done at the bottom of the order. The Astros have seen the ninth place hitter of the opposing team do this over and over. That was a fastball out over the plate for Jimenez to hook.
A really good job by Cam Smith playing that off the wall and getting in a strong, accurate throw to the relay man Altuve to prevent the run from scoring for now. So Springer stands in. He struck out his first time up. Astros will play the infield back, leading 1-0. Pitch on the way, and that's in tight. Springer hops back. Ball one.
Yeah, they don't want him to extend his arms.
Pitched him in his first time and then got him out, chasing a slider away. (1-0). Hit off the hands and over the screen, and it's a ball and a strike.
Astros playing the infield back. They don't do this a whole lot. This is kind of an old school approach. See a lot of teams pull the infield in.
Lambert works from the third base side of the rubber. 1-1. That's high. 2 balls and a strike. Straw at third and Jimenez at second for Toronto. (2-1). That's a strike on the outside corner at the knees. 2-2.
Springer lost a challenge in his first at bat of yesterday's ball game, so he's probably gun shy.
Yeah, you could tell he was thinking about it there.
Yeah.
But that was dotted on the low outside corner. He was wise not to challenge. Lambert, the 2-2. Hit softly, caught by the shortstop Delgado coming in, winds up on his hands and knees as he was leaning forward to make that catch. And there are 2 away.
Well, that pays off for the Astros that they had the infield back. I think that gets over the shortstop's head had they been in.
Yeah, certainly would have been much harder to turn that into an out. You're right. So 2 out now. Still runners at second and third for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who flied out his first time. Pitch on the way. And that is lined and caught on a dive toward the line by Paredes to retire the side. So Peter Lambert getting a little help from his friends to get out of the inning. Blue Jays strand 2 in scoring position. And we go to the third inning. Astros 1, Blue Jays nothing.
There was a time when electricity stirred emotion, when street lamps gave way to incandescent bulbs, and the flicker of a projector made us forget about old grainy.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Stewart takes off. Soft strike. Bang. Throw. Sailed into center. Stewart didn't realize it.
Yeah, this is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
It's interesting get up for the ballpark.
Yeah, looks like he needs some sun.
Yeah, well, looks like a cup. That might not help the footing.
Something comes flying out of the field there. Lucky that flew into a dead spot there.
Foul tip off the top of the glove. Looks up and is able to find it.
Welcome to the big leagues, Cole.
Astros lead at 1-0 top of the third inning at Rogers Center in Toronto. Shane Bieber back on the mound. His first start of the season for Toronto. First pitch to Reynel Delgado is in there for a strike. Showed bunt, pulled it back, but it caught the outside corner. Delgado with a .571 OPS in the early going. 26-year-old. Bieber delivers, and that's a muscled ball into shallow right field for a base hit. So Delgado is able to muscle one to fall in front of the right fielder Straw, and it's a leadoff single here in the third.
Astros getting the leadoff man on. 2 of the 3 innings so far against Bieber, put the pressure on him early in an inning.
Here's Altuve. He doubled to start the ball game into the left center field gap. It rolled to the wall. He collected his 12th double of the season. It came around to score on the RBI single by Paredes. That came with 2 outs. So Delgado has good stolen base numbers in the minor leagues. Watch him on first base. Wide open space to the right side of the infield if Altuve could shoot one that way. And Bieber set, throws over to first base, Delgado back safely. Bieber was sidelined at the beginning of the season with what they termed elbow inflammation. 6'2" right-handed pitcher. Here's the pitch, and it's a little high. He was an all-star Bieber in 2019 and 2021. And in 20, the shortened pandemic season, he won the Cy Young Award when he went 8-1 with a 1.63 ERA and had 122 strikeouts. Pitches in there for a strike. All 3 of those categories were the AL best, so he won the Triple Crown as far as those wins, ERA, and strikeout totals. He was dominant in the COVID year. Here's the pitch, tip foul into the catcher's glove, and it's 1-2. Originally, he walked on in college, didn't have many offers to play college baseball, so he walked on in Santa Barbara and eventually earned a scholarship there. His junior year, he pitched real well. Here's the 1-2, and it's outside. His junior year, he went 12-4, and Cleveland drafted him in the 4th round. That was the overall 122nd pick. Shane Bieber.
Helped UC Santa Barbara get to the College World Series that year.
Altuve waves the bat. Here's the pitch. It's grounded, left side. Picked up by the third baseman, Okamoto. Goes to second, out. Over to first base, double play. Unbelievable turn by the third baseman, the rookie Cosma Okamoto, with a brilliant play.
It's amazing he was able to get to that ball to his left. Looked like it was going to be by him, but was able to snow cone it, pirouette, and got off an accurate throw to Urias at second base. That is the 4th double play the Astros have grounded into. This is the 2nd game of this series.
Here's Jordan. First pitch, he whacks into left center field, giving it a good ride. Varsho onto the warning track, and it bangs off the wall, and it's down. It's a hit. It's a double for Alvarez. We'll see if Varsho's okay.
He hit that wall hard.
He hit it hard. A high arcing ball to left center field from Jordan. That's his 16th double of the season, and he's in scoring position.
Well, he's on his feet, which is good. The other part of that for Varsho, he hit that wall by where the electronic out-of-town scoreboard is embedded. So there's no padding there where he hit it, which makes that makes it even more painful.
Man, that looked dangerous. Here's Christian Walker. There's 2 outs, 1-0 lead for the Astros. Breaking balls in the dirt. Walker struck out his last time up. Mentioned that the halfway point of the season comes for the Astros after this game. They'll be the first one to that point because of the time of day they're playing. 3 other teams today finished with their 81st game, but a little later on tonight. 1-0 is grounded foul, and it's 1-1 to Walker. And then you can just kind of double up some guys' stats. And for Walker and Alvarez, if they keep up the pace, they'll have better than 100 RBIs. Christian with 52 right now. Jordan with a moderate lead off of second base. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt. Good block by the catcher, Valenzuela.
Here's another good one. So that double by Alvarez, his 41st extra base hit.
Yeah.
That leads the major leagues. So, yeah, on pace for 82 extra base hits. Wow. That is a boatload.
Yeah, it really is.
He leads the American League in hits, too. Now has 93 hits.
Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And it's low. 3 balls and a strike. Paredes is on deck. Yeah, I'm not backing off or shy to say that I think Jordan's the best hitter in baseball now.
And you're not the only one saying that either. We're hearing it all around the league.
Here's the 3-1. That's pulled at the shortstop. That's Jimenez. He gobbles it up, makes the good throw to get Walker for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Astros strand a runner in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd at the Rogers Center. It's the Astros 1, the Blue Jays 9.
Jordan Lawler leads off the bottom of the 3rd. Reynaldo Lopez, first pitch swung on. That is hit high and deep to left field. It took a long time, but there's the first Major League home run for Jordan Lawler.
424 feet off the bat of Lawler. And no doubter for him, a kid who was, 6th overall pick a few years ago. They had to find kind of a spot for him. He was a shortstop. They put him in the outfield, and nobody giving him any love after his first big league home run.
Congratulations, Jordan Lawler. That's number 1.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas.
Sanchez takes one a little outside. Sanchez singled his last time up. Astros scored in the 1st inning. RBI single by Paredes. And the Blue Jays just keep straining runners. That's tip foul into the catcher's glove on a big swing by Sanchez. And it's 1-1. They've left 18 men on base in the first 10 innings of this series.
Only once have the Blue Jays been retired in order in an inning so far over these first 2 games.
They've left 5 on already in the first 2 innings today. Lambert has his pitch count up to 42 pitches through the first 2. Swing and a miss there. And it's 1-2 to Sanchez. Shadows creeping around about half of the field right now. Here's the pitch, got him. Strike 3, the changeup. Sanchez waves through it. And it's a leadoff strikeout here in the 3rd inning.
Good changeup.
Is that the 3rd strikeout for Lambert?
You know, the shadows are different here than they are in most ballparks. Usually the shadows in late afternoon are coming from behind home plate and moving across the field out toward the outfield. It's the opposite direction here.
Okamoto takes one high.
You know, the shadows starting in the outfield and working their way toward the infield.
Okamoto walked his last time up. Lambert delivers. It's a pop-up, foul territory. Christian Walker, first baseman, tiptoeing. He's on the warning track, and he makes the catch in front of the Astros first base dugout.
Yeah, that's where there's a lot of foul territory between home and first and home and 3rd, and then it tails off quite a bit as you get further down the lines.
There's Brandon Valenzuela. He walked his last time up. They threw him a changeup on the first pitch his last time up, which leads me to believe he's very aggressive on the first pitch. See what he does here. 1-0 lead for the Astros. Off speed, strike 1. Yep, so I think they're going to stay away from the first pitch heater on Valenzuela. Or if they do throw it, they're going to crowd him pretty good. 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Way out ahead of that off-speed offering.
Yeah.
Lambert's got a really good changeup. Big reason why he has reverse splits.
Mentioned Valenzuela's from Hermosillo, Mexico. For years and years, they used to send guys who had trouble hitting curveballs to Mexico to play winter ball because they threw so many breaking balls there. Here's the 0-2. breaking balls in the dirt.
Remember Dusty Baker talking about that's what the Atlanta Braves did to him early in his big league career, sent him to Mexico so he could learn how to hit the breaking ball, the winter ball.
Do that all the time. Here's the 1-2. Hits it the other way, slaps it foul, about 25 rows deep into the seats down the line. And it's 1-2. There's 2 outs, nobody on.
See Brandon Valenzuela from Hermosillo, Mexico. So is Isaac Paredes. So is Cesar Salazar.
Was Vinny Castilla from there? I want to say he was. Here's the 1-2. Off speed, just missed outside. It's 2-2.
Not from Hermosillo, Mexico, Vinny Castilla.
All right. He played for them in winter ball.
Okay.
Here's a 2-2. And that one just missed the outside corner, so it's a full count to Valenzuela, showing a keen eye here.
Yeah, laying off a couple of really close pitches.
Left-handed batter. Here's a 3-2 from Lambert. Got him upstairs. Good powdered fastball. Gets Valenzuela. That's the 4th strikeout for Lambert. And what do you know? The Blue Jays don't strand a runner. We'll go to the 4th inning. Houston up 1-0.
What you can't see, we envision. What you can't hold, we shape. What you can only...
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Of your own home or office. Houston Methodist is the official healthcare provider for the Astros. Houston Methodist leading medicine. Top of the 4th. Astros up 1-0. Here's Isaac Paredes. Paredes with an 8-game hitting streak after his single in the 1st. That drove in the Astros' only run. Shane Bieber with his season debut for the Blue Jays delivers the first pitch and it's outside. He debuted in the big leagues, period, back on May 31st, 2018. 1-0. It's a pop-up into right center field. And Miles Straw, the right fielder, is going to call off the center fielder Varsho and make the catch. F9, there's one out. It's Yainer Diaz's turn. But what's significant about his debut is he's one of 26 pitchers all time to make his major league debut on his birthday. The last pitcher to do that was Foster Griffin of the Nationals a few years ago, but not very often. That one's whacked to left field, hit well. They're going to look up, and she's gone. Into the bullpen in left field, Yainer Diaz goes deep. And the Astros lead 2-0. On Yainer's 3rd of the season.
First pitch cutter, let her high. And man, was he all over that.
He's 4 for 8 in his career against Bieber. And to see him get one in the air to pull side is really refreshing. Here's Cam Smith. First pitch to Cam He takes a little low. He did not go. Daniels Jewelers is your proud trip around the diamond sponsor. Don't miss out. You can grab your 50% off coupon instantly at danielsjewelers.com/baseball. The 1-0 is fouled off to the right. So Diaz now with 3 homers, 16 RBIs. That fly ball he hit to center field to end the first inning was hit almost 100 miles per hour too. So maybe we're starting to see a trend. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. But I mentioned Bieber making his debut on his 23rd birthday. There's been one Astros pitcher to do that. And that was pretty famous because Larry Durker did it on his 18th birthday. 1-2 pitches in the dirt, and it's 2-2. How about that? That is such a great picture of that when he's blowing out the candles on his birthday cake near our media dining. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cam. There's one out here in the 4th. 2-0 lead. 2-2 pitch is whacked. That one's hit real well. Varsho going back, and she's gone. Cam Smith makes it back-to-back for the Astros, and it's 3-0 on a couple of very hard-hit balls.
That was 436 feet just to the left of straightaway center field. That is big boy territory. When Cam hits him, he hits him far.
And that's what gets you so excited about Cam. Just to make a little more consistent contact because of how much is in there. So back-to-back homers is 3-0. First pitch to Trammell is a strike. Daniels Jewelers is your proud trip around the diamond sponsor. Don't miss out. You can grab your 50% off coupon instantly at danielsjewelers.com/baseball. 0-1 is inside. Trammell flew out to right field his last time up. Here's the pitch. That's down the right field line. Is it 3? Is it ever? Upper deck in right field. A moonshot to right in Toronto. The Astros with 3 in a row, and Trammell with an exclamation point.
Each successive home run was more impressive than the one before it. 421 feet on that blast by Taylor Trammell.
Boy, you don't see baseballs going up there very often. And Trammell unloaded. 4-0 lead on 3 consecutive homers. Here's Matthews, and he's got one thing on his mind. First pitch is a ball. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss.
First time the Astros have hit back-to-back-to-back home runs since July 19, 2019 against the Rangers. That was Jose Altuve, Alex Bregman, and Yordan Alvarez.
Well, it's Diaz, Smith, and Trammell. Here's the 1-1 from Bieber, swing and a miss. Daniels Jewelers is your proud trip around the diamond sponsor. Don't miss out. Grab your 50% off coupon instantly at danielsjewelers.com/baseball. I just memorized that. 1-2 to Matthews. Bieber delivers, and it's fouled straight back.
Tommy Nance, right-hander, is up in the Toronto bullpen. Bieber first start back. 60 pitches. He threw 80 pitches in his last rehab start.
Here's the 1-2. And it's low and away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bryce. Boy, that Trammell homer. Upper deck in right field is tough. Pitch is low.
Remember when the All-Star game was here, I believe it was 1990, Jose Canseco hit one into the upper deck in left field here, and he hit that deep into the upper deck.
Yeah. Here's the 3-2. Grounded foul. That one toward the third base dugout. Still 3-2 to Matthews. 1 out, nobody on. 4-0 lead for Houston. Here's the pitch. Inside, ball 4. Oh! And now Bryce is going to challenge.
That was
challenging the strike call.
That was a really delayed call by the umpire, and he's going to lose this challenge, unfortunately. That entire ball was in the strike zone.
Ball is confirmed. The batter is out. Houston has no challenges remaining.
Second strikeout for Bieber. 2 outs here in the 4th.
So the Astros now out of ABS challenges for the rest of the game.
Bieber's just 3 away from 1,000 strikeouts in his career. That'll bring up Delgado. Here's the first pitch to the lefty, and it's in there for a strike. Delgado with a single his last time up. Of course, whenever you're in Toronto and you hear the name Delgado, you think of Carlos, don't you? This one's fouled back. 6 years in a row, Carlos Delgado had better than 100 RBIs for the Blue Jays.
He was a guy, we were talking about long home runs.
Oh,
he was someone, he could hit some tanks.
Still to this day, he hit the loudest batting practice I've ever heard. Pitches outside.
Was it here? The Rogers Center?
Yeah, I mean, roof is closed, but it's just one of those ones where, man, it just sounded like a gunshot when he connected. 1-2 is grounded foul to the right side, and he connected 473 times as a big leaguer. Carlos Delgado.
Kind of forgotten about, but had a really good career.
Played with Florida for 1 year, then the Mets. He finished up for 4 seasons. A great career. Here's the 1-2. And it's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Astros, with 3 home runs in a row this inning, have taken a 4-0 lead. Blue Jays have won 5 of their last 6 games. Here's the 2-2. Reaches for it and fouls it. Still 2-2. This might be it for Bieber. Gets the sign, he's ready. 2-2 pitch is popped up down the left field line, reaching foul, and that's going to be out of the reach of the third baseman Okamoto, who raced for it.
Gave it quite the effort.
Just couldn't catch up to it. Left fielder Sanchez was close by as well, and they'll jog back to their positions. 2 outs, nobody on. Mentioned Larry Dierker earlier. 18th birthday, made his major league debut. How about 106 complete games and 25 shutouts in his career? The 2-2. Pulls it to right field, base hit. There's Delgado, 2 for 2. As he's lined singles to right field twice now. And the manager contemplating for the Blue Jays. Catcher Valenzuela is going to walk slowly out to the mound to give their reliever a little extra time to throw.
Yeah, Nance has been throwing for a while, so he should be ready.
Sometimes you do that just to give him a chance to start breathing in a little easier and maybe even get a drink of water. But yeah, he's ready down there. He's just standing. And John Schneider is going to let him pitch to Altuve.
Yeah. Right when Valenzuela went to the mound, Pete Walker, the pitching coach, went and stood next to John Schneider, I'm sure, to relay his thoughts about Bieber.
Altuve's 1 for 2. First pitch to Jose is a high strike. Jose has doubled and scored and also hit into a double play, hitting .317 in his career against Toronto. Haven't looked at it lately, but for his career, Altuve is right around .303 or .304 right now. 0-1 is dribbled foul to the left. And it's 0-2 to Jose. Eight homers on the season for Altuve. Astros 4 runs on 8 hits. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Over to first base, Delgado dives back safely. Tony Paraschica, third base coach, with the orange top on, goes through the signs. Blue Jays have on their white uniforms, the Astros with those orange tops. Runner goes. Here's the pitch, line to right center field. That's a base hit. Delgado around second base. He'll reach third base easily, and Altuve reaches for one and lines it into right center field, and that might do it for Bieber. With Yordan Alvarez coming to the plate. 30 pitches this inning for the right-hander.
Yep, here comes John Schneider.
So Schneider out of the dugout. He's going to point to left field for the bullpen. And the Astros have really put a number on Bieber here in the fourth inning. When you consider they had 3 home runs in a row with Yainer Diaz, Smith, and Trammell. So there's 2 outs, runners on the corners. Astros lead 4-0, top of the fourth. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Landry's Restaurants, the leader in dining, hospitality, entertainment, and gaming, with over 600 locations nationwide. Find out more at Landry'sInc.com.
Amity Bank and Possible Missions work together to put the us in.
I'm Jonathan Nahum, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Homered in the first, his third leadoff home run in the postseason. Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Wow! Up and over the roof! A majestic blast! Ohtani drops jaws everywhere! And it's 4-0 Dodgers!
117 off the bat, 469 feet. He is the first Dodger to ever have 2 multi-home run games in the same postseason.
Lake Charles to book today.
Ain't no grave can hold my body down.
Astros lead at 4-0, top of the fourth. They're going to intentionally walk Yordan Alvarez before Tommy Nance even throws a pitch. So it's going to load the bases for Houston, and Christian Walker has an opportunity to really break this one open. Walker's 0 for 2 so far. Nance comes on for the 27th time this year with a 4.15 ERA. There's a lot of curves and sliders, so Walker's probably setting soft here.
Came back about a week and a half ago after a 3-week IL stint for forearm discomfort.
A high set. Here's the first pitch. Breaking balls outside as Valenzuela, the catcher, had to backhand that one. And it's 1-0. I think he can set on another breaking ball here. Just look for something in his zone. Bases are loaded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a slider. And it's 1-1. It's the topper inning. By that, Yainer Diaz hit the ball 106 for a homer. Cam Smith, the next batter, 107 for a homer. And then Trammell, 108 for a homer. Top that. 1-1 is hit to left field, and that's it well. Sanchez onto the warning track, and he makes the catch. And the Astros will strand the bases loaded. Walker gave it a ride as well, making a bid for the Astros' 4th home run of the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Houston leads 4-0. Now this from your local station.
The Midsummer Classic is right around the corner, and the Astros need your help to make this All-Star game an All-Stros game. Vote for Yordan Alvarez.
We play in Toronto, Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys. So I definitely, when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
And Peter Lambert back out there after a long wait. He's not complaining about it, though. Here's Varsho, the left-handed batter. First pitch is a hook, and it's a little high. You never want to throw a fastball and let the other team ambush you after your team scores 3 runs. That's the reason for the breaking ball. Here's the 1-0. And that's pulled into the right field corner. Varsho whipped it back there. And he scampers into second base with the leadoff double.
Yeah, high cutter. Varsho all over it.
Remember when Varsho creamed a cutter his last AB just foul?
That's right.
Went to the well again. This time he keeps it fair. Urias the batter. Astros lead 4-0. Lambert had a clean inning last inning, a 1-2-3. Those have been hard to come by. Urias singled his last time up. Bats from the right side. Here's the pitch from Lambert. Catches the outside corner with a heater. Strike 1 to Urias. Urias acquired just on Saturday from the Diamondbacks. He's playing well in AAA Reno. Hitting .361 in 27 games. Pulls this one to left field. Into the corner, and that's gone. And the Blue Jays are right back in it. Urias with a single in his first bat in Toronto. He gets a homer here. And the Astros lead 4-2 now.
He's always had a little bit of pop, had 23 homers for the Brewers back in 2021. And the Blue Jays able to snatch some of that momentum back after the Astros had to back-to-back home runs last inning.
Straw, the batter, hit into a fielder's choices last time up. First pitch is high. Lambert comes into this game with a 6-4 record and an ERA 3.23. Strike on the outside corner. Straw's 31 years old now. 1-1 pitch is a little low. It's 2-1. Right now in the right-handed batter's box could touch Yainer Diaz with his bat. They were traded for each other once upon a time. 2-1. Grounder to the left side. Backhanded by Delgado, the shortstop. Throws across his body, and he's safe. Walker tried to dig it out, could not. But I don't think it would have mattered. Straw just so fast.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he was across the bag. It's going to be an infield single.
Heck of an effort by Delgado to even give the Astros a chance at turning that into an out. Ranging far to his right. Put a lot on that throw, too.
So the first 3 reach after the Astros get 3 runs in the top of the 4th. It's a 4-2 ball game, and Jimenez who doubled his last time up, will come to the plate. Catcher Yainer Diaz went to the mound for a conversation. Game number 81 of the season. After this game, we're halfway there. Lambert from the third base side of the rubber comes set above his belt. First pitch is a little low. Not missing by much when he does. Just 1-0. That was a changeup. Middle infielders looking for a ground ball. 1-0. Tip foul into the catcher's glove. 1-1.
Doubled up on that changeup.
Lambert said he pitches from the third base side of the rubber to stay closed longer. Keep that front shoulder closed. Here's the 1-1. High. Pitched in Japan last year. And when he came over to the Astros in spring training, asked him, what did they tell you? What about pitch usage? And they told him, we like them all. We want you to use them all and be unpredictable. Throw over to first base, not in time. Straw. Looked like he may have been leaning, but it's 2-1. It's the same thing they told Hayden Wesneski. And I think that gives you a little freedom to be creative. Long pause to the 2-1. Hit high in the air behind home plate. Yainer Diaz thinks he has a chance. He does. Gets rid of the mask and makes the two-handed catch in foul territory for the first out. Sometimes it's just a relief to get that first out.
That's right.
Here's Springer. Springer 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out. Hitting .226 with 8 home runs. 50 years ago, George's dad played in the Little League World Series. George Sr., 1976. The pitch. Tip foul. And it's 0-1. Astros lead 4-2, bottom of the fourth. Happy to have you with us from Toronto in the Rogers Center. Springer with green batting gloves. Here's the 0-1. Tried to crowd him, missed inside, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, green cleats to match these green batting gloves too.
Go over to first base. Straw gets back easily. I'm a little surprised he only has 2 stolen bases.
Yeah, I am too.
It's usually his role to steal bases. There's 1 out, a 1-1 count to Springer. Lambert's delivery is low. Did he go? Did not. Checking with the first base umpire. Got his palms down, and it's 2-1. Big pitch here to Springer. Despite the low average right now, he's been swinging the bat much better of late. Holds the bat close to him. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. He let a good one go by. It's 2-2. Two from Lambert, and he couldn't hold up on the swing. That pitch chased him inside, and Springer frustrated as he stomps back to the dugout, and there's 2 outs.
Yeah, you let a good pitch go by, as you mentioned, and then you get crowded inside and can't hold up on the swing. Frustrating sequence of 2 pitches there for Springer.
Yeah. 5 strikeouts now for Lambert, 2 away. Here's Guerrero. First pitch Here's a strike. Probably because Guerrero's at the plate. Straw's not going to go. Don't want to take the bat out of his hands. He's 0 for 2, though. Flied out to right field and is also lined out to third base. Holds the bat above his helmet. 1-1 to Guerrero. Who signed a massive deal. And one of the things about his deal, he got a huge signing bonus. Throw over as Straw was leaning the wrong way, but got back. He was going that time. A little surprising with Guerrero at the plate, but so we've mentioned a couple of times, he hasn't hit a home run at the Rogers Center this year. So maybe that's part of the thinking, as Lambert steps off the back of the rubber.
Yeah, not as much power, so maybe John Schneider feels like more likely to hit a single. Yeah, that signing bonus, so it was a $500 million contract for Guerrero, 14 years. Signing bonus, $325 million.
Here's the 1-1. Pitches outside. They kind of figured some things out. And what it boils down to, and just this little 2-minute conversation we're having right now, Guerrero's at bats, he gets about $60,000 per at bat.
Good work if you can get it.
2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Straw had a pretty good jump there and then stopped at first base.
And just because Lambert held it for just a little bit longer, he couldn't continue. 60,000 and AB. Here's the 2-2. Lambert misses outside, 3-2.
That's about what you got per pitch when you played in the big leagues, right?
Per run I gave up.
Give up a home run and be like, cha-ching.
And then just hide from the people so they couldn't release me. 3-2, runner goes, foul, straight back. 4-2 lead for Houston, bottom of the fourth. I like pitching here.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the times the roof was closed. I like that.
That was always good for the knuckleball, right?
Yeah.
Dome Stadium.
Lambert's 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Got him. Strike 3. Guerrero goes down on strikes as he slams his bat and helmet down, and that'll do it for the Blue Jays here in the fourth inning. They strand another. We'll go to the fifth inning with Houston leading 4-2.
The same things that help your favorite team win.
Here comes Hernandez. Into a slide, he made the catch. That'll bring him to their feet. Sliding stop by Sanoja. He plucks it. A heck of a play from Javi. Merrill sprinting back, jumps and makes a catch.
Just another huge play. Mason making it look easy. Showing off the range. Mr. Cali Cool getting it done. Ward is back and he makes a running catch.
Coming on, Don. He dives. Did he catch it? Unbelievable defense there by Rafaela.
What a 4-6-3. Nunez to Abrams to Garcia.
And that Dodger defense doing it again. Neal lays out and makes a phenomenal catch.
And they got him by the gun. Say done. Say you're gone.
Nicely done by Junior Caminero down there at third base.
Over to second for one. Oh, a beautiful throw from Meyer. In-time double play.
Merrill comes in and catches. That was a tough play.
The hardest play a center fielder has to make.
What's the matter with Johnson? Got a toothache or something. Wait a minute, he lost a tooth. He lost a tooth. The legend of Randy Johnson.
He throws so hard that his teeth out.
Oh, that hurts, doesn't it? Well, quit doing it then. He picked something off the ground.
Yeah.
I think a tooth fell out. Put it under your pillow at the Sheridan tonight.
Oil change. Houston area fans wear your Astros gear on Tuesdays. Get 25% off your oil change. Terms and conditions apply. Visit take5.com for locations and details. Nance delivers to Isaac Paredes, and it's a high strike, 0-1. That's how we start the top of the fifth. Astros with a 4-2 lead in Toronto, trying to even up this series at a game apiece. Astros batted around in all 9 men of the plate in the fourth inning, get back-to-back-to-back home runs. Paredes, an RBI single and a fly out, and he takes one outside. It's 1-1. Nance relieves Shane Bieber and got the final out of the fourth. Bieber, 3 2/3 innings, charged with all 4 Astros runs in his first start of the year, coming off the IL after dealing with elbow inflammation. 1-1. Pulled hard but foul up the third base side, 1-2. Hello Kitty Night returns to Daikin Park next Wednesday, July 1st. Be sure to purchase your Hello Kitty purse add-on and VIP event add-on while supplies last. Visit astros.com/Hello Kitty for more details. Here's the 1-2. And Paredes hits it high in the air to center, back on it and waiting for it, Varsho. And he puts it away for out number 1. Shadows enveloping much of the field. There is a swath of sunlight on most of the infield dirt except for the area around third base. And in short center and short right, there's a swath of sunlight. Yainer Diaz, the batter, homered his last time. He started that run of back-to-back-to-back homers. He's also flied out to deep center. Nance delivers, and Diaz grounds it softly. Third base side, trickling foul. Picked up by Okamoto about 5 feet from the base. Strike 1.
Yeah, Yainer's homer was only 106 miles per hour off his bat.
And then Cam Smith and Taylor Trammell followed. First time in 7 years that the Astros have hit back-to-back-to-back home runs. Diaz back in the box, waiting for an 0-1 from Tommy Nance. Here it comes. And that's pulled left side deep in the hole to his right. Getting it is a shortstop Jimenez. Throw across in time. 2 away.
Jimenez, very fundamentally sound, their shortstop, moving his feet quickly to absorb that right in the middle of his body. A lot of guys would play that to their backhand and chance an error.
Mostly shortstop this year, was mostly a second baseman last year. He's won a Gold Glove. As a matter of fact, 3 of them at second base, Andres Jimenez. Cam Smith, the batter, homered his last time. He's also popped out. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Tommy Nance, 35 years old, native of Long Beach, California. Went to Santa Clara for college. 0-1. That's down, a ball and a strike. Originally came up with the Cubs in 2021 as a 30-year-old, so it took him a little while to get to the big leagues. Dealt with injuries, pitched an independent ball. 1-1. Grounded foul up the third base side, and it's 1-2.
What's he doing with his life?
Well, he did get a degree in mechanical engineering from Santa Clara, so that's a pretty good fallback plan.
Oh, that's what he was doing.
Had Tommy John surgery, had hernia surgery, tore his groin, had a nerve injury in his shoulder that kept him out for a year. 1-2. That is a little low, and it's 2-2 now to Smith. So yeah, a dream delayed but not denied for Tommy Nance. 2-2. That's hit foul and into the seats off to the right. 2-2 still to Cam Smith. Mason Fluharty, left-hander, up in the Blue Jays bullpen. 2-2. And Smith pops it foul over the screen. And we'll do it again at 2-2. 4-2 Astros lead at top of the 5th. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Astros, 2 runs, 6 hits for the Blue Jays. Neither team has been charged with an error. 2-2. In the dirt with a breaking ball, backhanded by Valenzuela, full count. Join the official kids club of the Houston Astros. The Astros Buddies Club presented by HEB. Buddies Club members receive a drawstring bag, widget hat, widget charm, socks, lanyard, and 4 tickets to an Astros game. Visit astros.com/buddies to sign up. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a breaking ball away. Smith strikes out, and Nance has a 1-2-3 inning. He set down the last 4 in a row. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Astros 4, Blue Jays 2.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive. Superman. Hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game. The pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue. Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
It's a walking history book. It's ridiculous what he does.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Astros with a 4-2 lead over the Blue Jays, bottom of the 5th in Toronto. Peter Lambert delivers, and it is a little bit low to Jesus Sanchez, who has a single and a strikeout today. Blue Jays got their 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Luis Urias 2-run homer in his Blue Jays debut. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Out ahead of that breaking ball, and it's 1-1. .81 pitches now for Lambert, working in the 5th. 1-1. That's pulled and off the glove of Walker. Trickles behind him. Tosses to Lambert at first. Out! Heck of a recovery by Christian Walker. Had that go off of his glove as he reached down into his left for it. Trickled into short right. And Lambert able to get to first and get the toss in time from Walker.
And they never gave up on it. And Lambert with a tough catch. Because Walker just had to get rid of it as quickly as he could. It was low to his backhand, and Lambert came up with a snag.
Yeah, just tremendous. So 1 out, nobody on for Kazuma Okamoto, who's walked and fouled out. Pitch on the way. And that bounces in there.
He thought there was timeout called, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. So it's ball 1, and the Astros dugout saying, hey, Lambert thought there was time out there, and Brian Walsh has his mask off and has his hands out, palms up, as if to say, I
never called anything.
Yeah. It did look like Okamoto won a time, but the umpire has to grant it. Here's a 1-0. And that's in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes.
So right now, Lambert with that play at first base, I would have gone out to the mound, say as a catcher or somebody, and waste a mound visit just to let him catch his breath. 2-run ball game. These are all important.
2-0. And that's just inside. Misses with the fastball. 3-0. Okamoto dangerous. Homered yesterday. Has homered in Toronto's last 2 games.
Okert's up in the bullpen.
3-0. It's in the dirt, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Okamoto with 1 out.
Did he do something to himself? Looked a little different on those deliveries, I thought.
That's the 3rd walk Lambert has allowed.
Almost looked like his lower back was tight.
And now Brandon Valenzuela stands in. He's walked and struck out. Switch hitter batting left. Walker holding on, Okamoto at first base. Pitch on the way. And that is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
He's gotten Valenzuela with some good fastballs.
0-1. A little low. Ball into strike and changeup. Mason Fluharty, left-hander, is up in the Toronto bullpen. Mentioned Okert in the Astros pen, another lefty. And now Brian Walsh out from behind home plate just to let Lambert know not to come set before the batter's ready. First time you do it, it's a warning. Second time, it's a ball. 1-1. That's down, 2 balls into strike. Staying soft on Valenzuela so far. And that's a little low. 3 balls into strike. Missed with a fastball. Actually, that was another changeup. These misses, for the most part, by Lambert, not just here, but today, have not been by much. It's at 90 pitches now, 50 of them strikes. Okamoto off first, 3-1, and that's in there for a strike. Valenzuela was ready to flip the bat away, but that cutter was in there to run the count full, right at the bottom of the zone.
Everything's soft to these last 2 hitters.
Four to 2 Astros, 1 on, 1 out for the Blue Jays, bottom of the 5th. 3-2 to Valenzuela. And that's lifted in the center, racing at Matthews. He's there, makes the catch. 2 away. Hit pretty well, but Matthews didn't have to go far. And now it's the left-handed hitting Dalton Varsho, and that's going to get Joe Espada out of the dugout. He's going to make the move. So Peter Lambert's going to finish an out shy of qualifying for a win. And Stephen Okert will come in to face the lefty. Astros leading 4-2. This call to the bullpen brought to you by Landry's Restaurants, a leader in dining, hospitality, entertainment, and gaming with over 600 locations nationwide. Find out more at Landry'sInc.com.
Imagine peace and quiet, cool, comfortable air, and
you could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
Center fielder, number 5, Dalton Varsho.
Stephen Okert enters for the Astros. 15 consecutive scoreless appearances for Okert. 2.48 ERA in 36 games. He inherits Okamoto at first base. Dalton Varsho, left-handed hitter. The tying run at the plate. Astros leading 4-2 with 2 outs. In the bottom of the 5th, Varsho doubled and scored his last time. He's also struck out. First pitch. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, 0-1. Varsho 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 strikeouts in his career against Oker.
Oker's just been trusting his slider. He says, I'm just thinking rip it. Just accelerate.
0-1. And Varsho hits this in the right. Smith leaps, and it's over his head, off his glove, goes back to the wall. On his way to third, Okamoto, he stops there. A misplay by Cam Smith, and the Blue Jays have 2 men in scoring position. The tying runs with 2 out. Smith came in for that ball, then started back too late and had to jump for it and couldn't corral it.
Doesn't make many miscues, and that ball right at him is tough to tell sometimes, and that one sailed on Cam.
It is going to be a double for Varsho, his second of the game. So now a base hit to the outfield could tie it as Luis Urias stands in his first game with the Blue Jays. They acquired him over the weekend. He has singled and hit a 2-run homer. Infield plays him to pull. Matthews shaded slightly to pull in center. Pitch by Oker. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Urias had been playing at AAA Reno, last played in the big leagues last year with the A's. 0-1. Breaking ball low. Did he go around? No swing, says Chad Whitson at first. It's a 1-ball, 1-strike count to Urias.
Not many secrets when Oker comes in, what he's going to throw.
That slider, when it's right, is good against righties and lefties. Facing a right-handed hitter here, the 1-1. Swinging a foul back to the screen on the slider, and it's 1-2 to Urias.
Stephen Okert's alma mater won the College World Series yesterday. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma Sooners, their first College World Series title since 1994. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got a fastball by him. Urias strikes out, and the side is retired. So the Blue Jays strand 2 more. They've left 8 men on today. And we go to the 6th inning in Toronto. Astros 4, Blue Jays 2.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in.
To be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
For the first 2 months of the season, San Diego's dynamic showman, Fernando Tatis Jr., has experienced, well, let's just call it a power outage. One of the game's most electric players had gone 55 consecutive games and more than 200 at-bats without a home run. That all changed last Saturday against the Nats. In the top of the 5th, Tatis faked a bunt on the first pitch, but on the next pitch, he unleashed, like really unleashed, crushing the ball 451 feet.
Home run number 1 of 2026 for Fernando Tatis Jr.
It was his longest home run since 2021 and capped a 6-game stretch in which he had 13 hits and raised his batting average by 24 points.
Enjoy the ride, Fernando.
With the home run monkey off his back, let's see if El Nino can turn the tide and add the power surge the Padres will need to keep pace with the Dodgers in the NL West.
Come back and see me. 3 days in the living room. I realize it's all my fault, but couldn't tell you yesterday. You'd forgiven me, but it'll still be 2 days till I say I'm sorry.
Hold it now and watch a hoodwink. Does it make you stop think? You'll think you're looking at Aquaman. I summon fish to the dish, although I like the shallow fish. I like the sushi cause it's never touch a frying pan. Hot like wasabi when I bust rhymes. Big like me and rhymes because I'm all about value. Bird campers got the mad hits. You try to match wits. You try to hold me but a bust.
4-2, Astros leading in Toronto as we start the 6th. Astros trying to even up this 3-game series at a game apiece. And Mason Fluharty is in. This is his major league leading 42nd appearance out of the pen. Faces a left-handed hitting Taylor Trammell, who homered his last time. First pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Fluharty, 3.94 ERA, 29 2/3 innings, 31 hits, 13 walks, and 38 strikeouts. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, chased the slider way off the plate away. And it's strictly 0-2.
Don't feel like you're doing it justice by just saying that Taylor homered his last time up.
Hit it into the upper deck down the right field line. 421 feet. The 0-2. Did he go around on the breaking ball away? No swing, says Bill Miller at third. It's 1-2. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Astros. 2 runs, 7 hits for Toronto. Trammell, the tail end of those back-to-back-to-back homers in the fourth. 1-2 is in the dirt. 2-2. Yainer Diaz and Cam Smith also going deep, just ahead of Trammell. Astros got a run in the first on Isaac Paredes' RBI single. 2-2. And Trammell flares this one, shallow left. Coming in for it is Sanchez, and he makes the catch on the jog for out number 1. Looked like for a second that might drop between the outfield and the infield. Astros second half single game tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets to marquee matchups against the Rangers, these Blue Jays, the Braves, and more. Get your tickets at astros.com/SGT. 1 out, nobody on for Bryce Matthews. He's fouled out and struck out today. Corner infielders creep in. First pitch is outside for a ball. So I mentioned Fluharty leads the majors with 42 appearances. There are 7 pitchers in the big leagues coming into today that have appeared in at least 38 games, and 4 of the 7 are in the Blue Jays bullpen. 1-0 is outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
It's pretty tough to sustain.
It is. In addition to Fluharty, Braden Fisher, Tyler Rogers, and Louis Varland, 38 or more appearances. 2 O's over 4 strike, and it's 2-1.
Spencer Miles, the right-hander's up in their pen right now.
Only 3 teams have gotten more innings out of their bullpen than Toronto has. 2-1. Swing and a miss, took something off there, and it's 2-2.
It's probably in part to them playing so deep into the postseason last year. I would imagine they held their starters to a pretty strict pitch count for a while.
And they've had so many injuries to their rotation. 2-2. That's down and away, a full count. Shane Bieber just coming back today.
Yeah, also residue, though, from playing so deep.
Mm-hmm. Jose Barrios, Tommy John surgery in May. He hasn't thrown a pitch this year.
The Savage got started late.
Grounded, foul wide of third, full count. Yeah, Trey Savage on the IL until late April with a shoulder impingement. They wound up bringing in Patrick Corbin on a minor league deal in early April to be a part of the rotation because they were just so injury ravaged. 3-2. Swing and a miss, got one by him. And down goes Matthews on strikes. A cutter at 92 miles an hour. And there are 2 away. Now it's Reynel Delgado. He's 2 for 2 today. A couple of singles to right field for the left-handed hitter. 4-2, Astros lead it, top of the 6th. First pitch, and that's a strike on the inside corner. Delgado used to be a switch hitter. He got taught how to switch hit by his dad when he was a boy, but switched exclusively to batting left-handed 3 years ago. 0-1. Swing and a miss, chased one down and away, and it's 0-2. Born in Cuba, in Havana, immigrated to the United States, to the Miami, Florida area when he was 7 years old with his mom, Yaneli. His dad was already in the U.S. 0-2, ground ball hit softly up the middle, ranging far to his right, backhand against the second baseman, Urias, and the throw to first is just in time to get Delgado. Close play, and a heck of a play by Urias to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Fluharty, and we're
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chef.
Radio Network. Astros lead 4-2 in Toronto. Bottom of the sixth inning. Stephen Okert got the final out of the fifth. Back out there, delivers to Miles Straw, and it's a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Started him off with the slider. Straw, an infield hit. He's also reached on a fielder's choice. Paredes even with third. The 0-1. That's down and in with another slider, and it's a ball and a strike. Angel De Los Santos is up in the Astros bullpen. 7 pitches now for Okert. 1-1. Fouled back to the screen. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Miles Straw.
Looks like Spencer Miles will pitch next for Toronto, right-hander.
Neither starter lasted 5 innings today. The 1-2. And that's poked foul off to the right and into the seats. 1-2 still. Shane Bieber first start off the IL for Toronto. His first appearance this season gave up 4 runs in 3 2/3. Peter Lambert, 4 2/3 innings, gave up 2 runs. Left with the lead, but cannot earn a win. 1-2 to Straw. And that's high. Missed with the fastball at 92, and it's 2-2. The kick and the pitch. And that's fouled over the screen. And it's 1-2 still. Or 2-2 still. One more game in this series. It's a night game tomorrow. 6:07 first pitch. Mike Burrows against Trey Savage. Burrows back in the rotation after 1 appearance out of the bullpen over the weekend. 2-2. And Straw clubs it pretty deep to left center. Racing back, Trammell onto the warning track. Reaches up, makes the catch a step shy of the wall. Straw gave it a ride. And there is one away.
Yeah, that's about as good as he can hit a ball to left center field, especially a pitch away from him. Went out there and hooked it.
So 1 out, nobody on for Andres Jimenez. A double and a foul out today. Make the All-Star Game and All-Stros game. Send your Houston Astros to Philadelphia this summer with the Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star ballot. Vote 5 times daily at astros.com/vote. Jimenez bunts it and pops it up. Foul near the top of the screen is where it lands for strike 1. I don't think that's where he wanted that.
I feel like he was trying to drag it toward first base, though.
Right. Yeah, he was basically moving toward first as he was laying that down. Paredes is stepping on the turf at third. 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded up the middle by Delgado right behind second, and he throws out Jimenez. Nice play by Reynel Delgado on a sharply hit ball. Getting the start at short today, but Jeremy Pena dealing with that right hamstring cramp, although Joe Espada saying earlier that Pena could be available in this game. Went through a full workout earlier today. And signs are encouraging with Jeremy Pena. Here's George Springer, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a line out. First pitch. And there's a strike on the outer third, 0-1. After tomorrow night's game here in Toronto, the Astros continue their 7-game road trip. They go to Detroit to take on the Tigers beginning Thursday, 0-1. And Springer hits it sharply up the middle and into center, a base hit. The 8th hit of the game for Toronto, and Springer is aboard with 2 out. Blue Jays have had traffic in all but 1 inning today and in all but 2 innings in this series. And that's going to do it for Okert. Joe Espada out of the dugout. Stephen Okert getting 3 outs. Angel De Los Santos will enter, with the Astros leading 4-2. And this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Landry's Restaurants, leader in dining, hospitality, entertainment, and gaming with over 600 locations nationwide. Find out.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, "Neil, where are you going?" He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Steakhouse.
Start the party right now!
Starter wound up moving to the bullpen the next year and has been a reliever for the most part ever since. Two. And that's hammered to right. Racing back is Smith at the wall. Makes the catch. Does a little bunny hop before getting to the wall. And Jimenez is retired, 1 away.
Got it in just enough on Jimenez toward the handle to keep that one in the ballpark.
Here's George Springer. He singled his last time, 1 for 4. Four runs and 11 hits per side. Neither team has committed an error. First pitch. Up and in. Then Springer backward, ball 1.
Springer knows the scouting report. The Astros have pitched him inside a ton already, first 2 games of this series.
Former teammates with Pearson. 1-0. And that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Falling behind 2-0 to each of these first 2 hitters.
The Astros have the top of the order due in the 9th inning.
The 2-0. That's down and away, and it's 3-0. Tyler Rogers, sidewinding right-hander, is warming for Toronto. Outfield is deep and straight away. 3-0. That's high. It's a 4-pitch walk to Springer. Blue Jays have had base runners in all but 1 inning today. That was the 3rd. And it was a similar story yesterday. There have only been 2 innings so far in the first 2 games of this series in which the Blue Jays have not had a man on. It's amazing that they've scored 8 runs only so far.
Right.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., infield hit in 4 at-bats. Pearson delivers, and that's in the dirt, and gets past Vasquez, can't find it, bounces behind the plate, and Springer goes to second. Well, that's huge, takes away the conventional double play, spiked a slider, so a wild pitch charged to Pearson. And the Blue Jays have the go-ahead runner in scoring position with 1 out.
And nothing Vasquez could really do. It was pulled so badly.
Pearson has yet to throw a first pitch strike. Delivers to Guerrero. And that's a strike on the outside corner. Guerrero shaking his head, but he's not challenging. It's a 1-1 count. That pitch was outside, by the way, and the Blue Jays still have both of their ABS challenges left.
Can't take it with you.
The 1-1. Dribbler out in front of the plate, picked up by Pearson, throws to first on a hop, and it pulls Walker off the bag. Pearson babied that throw to first base. It was to Walker's right. Springer goes to third, and a costly blunder by Pearson.
Yeah, just decelerated the whole way through that delivery. Sometimes pitchers just can't make that throw accurately.
So the Astros sloppy here, a wild pitch, an error by Pearson. And now the go-ahead run 90 feet away with 1 out. Middle infield will stay back. Paredes even with third. Walker holds on Guerrero with Jesus Sanchez at the plate, who's 1 for 4. First pitch hits him.
May have hit his bat.
Umpire hasn't made a signal yet. It hit something. And now Brian Walsh puts his hands up. I think he's going to say it was a foul ball. He's not pointing to first base. Sanchez is taking off his stuff, and he's starting to walk down the first. The Astros now coming out of the dugout. Joe Espada, he has his hands around his ears indicating he wants to challenge.
They got the knob.
So I guess the call was hit by pitch. Nothing really from Brian Walsh to signal that, and now Sanchez putting all of his stuff back on.
Yeah, he knows it.
The call on the field is foul ball.
Okay, so I guess that is the call. Well, great hand signals by the umpires here. Let us know. So it's strike 1. They did get it right, though.
Boy, they need to go talk to Pearson. After that blunder, that throw, all that, he needs to clear his head.
Almost hit a batter?
Yeah, he needs to clear his head.
All right, now the infield in the middle will come in. They had been playing back. It's an 0-1 count on Sanchez. Pitch by Pearson. And there's a strike on the outside corner, and Sanchez challenges.
Batter's challenging the strike call.
Right at the bottom.
That ball was completely in the strike zone. I don't know why Sanchez challenged that. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Call is confirmed. The pitch is a strike. Toronto has 1 challenge remaining.
That was weird. All right, it's 0-2.
All right, a little pressure on Vasquez here with an 0-2 count to make sure this ball doesn't get away.
4-4 game. Springer at third. The go-ahead run for the Blue Jays. Infield in with 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Guerrero at first. The runner goes. Swing and a miss. Sanchez goes down on strikes. Guerrero takes second uncontested, and there are now 2 away.
100 miles per hour from Pearson. Just blew it by him.
Yeah, reached back when he really needed it. So with the steal by Guerrero, his 6 and 7 attempts. Blue Jays have 2 men in scoring position, 2 outs for Kazuma Akamoto, who was walked twice and singled in 4 trips to the plate. He's also scored a run. First pitch, and Okamoto lines it in the left field, a base hit. Springer scores. Guerrero around third and coming home. The throw to the plate by Matthews is not nearly in time and up the line. It's a 2-run base hit for Okamoto, and the Blue Jays lead it 6-4.
Well, he's been their RBI man all year. That's 48 now on the season. He's been clutch.
So a disaster of an inning for Nate Pearson. The Astros had a 4-0 lead in this game, but the Blue Jays have scored 6 unanswered. And now Brandon Valenzuela will stand in Okamoto got to second on the throw in. It's a 2-run single for him. Valenzuela 0 for 3. First pitch. Can't hold up on the breaking ball, or, well, he did hold up apparently, according to Bill Miller at third, and it's ball 1. The 1-0. Way inside, 2 balls and no strikes. That's 18 pitches now for Pearson, 9 balls, 9 strikes. And again, Pearson probably wouldn't be pitching here if Brian King were available. King's pitched the last 2 days, 2-0. That's over for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, it could have been out of this inning pretty easily if not for the throwing error by Pearson.
2-1. And that's hammered, hooking down the right field line, a foul ball. Into the second deck, but it's a long strike. Rogers is ready in the bullpen. Looks like he would get the potential save chance. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a breaking ball. Valenzuela goes down and the side is retired. But the Blue Jays score twice to take the lead. And we go to the 9th inning. Blue Jays 6, Astros 4.
Whether you're playing with your kids.
1-0. Crack to deep center field. Varsho going back as far as he can go. And Reagular has a grand slam. 6-2 A's. Shay's 3rd home run of the series is a grand slam. And they have blown this game wide open.
And in grand fashion.
Jordan Lawler leads off the bottom of the 3rd. Reynaldo Lopez, first pitch swung on. That is hit high and deep to left field. It took a long time, but there's the first major league home run for Jordan Lawler.
424 feet off the bat of Lawler. And no doubter for him, a kid who was, 6th overall pick a few years ago. They had to find kind of a spot for him. He was a shortstop. They put him in the outfield, and nobody giving him any love after his first big league home run.
Congratulations, Jordan Lawler. That's number 1.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Houston Astros radio network. Ninth inning, 6-4 Blue Jays lead the Astros, and Tyler Rogers, not Louis Varland, is getting the save chance here. Rogers has 2 saves this season, facing Jose Altuve. First pitch is outside for a ball. Altuve to be followed by Alvarez and Walker, top third of the Astros order. Rogers, a 1.72 ERA in 38 games in his first year with Toronto, pitched for the Giants and Mets last year. 1-0, swing and a miss, when after a high one from the submarining right-hander, 1-1. Rogers, 36 2/3 innings, 31 hits, 12 walks, 20 strikeouts. 1-1. And that's lifted over the second baseman, Arias, and into center, a base hit for Altuve.
Boy, what a swing, Robert.
So Yordan Alvarez will come to the plate as the tying run.
What a swing going the other way. Altuve not trying to pull that baseball, and it paid off.
Also for the Blue Jays, Davis Schneider now playing left field for Sanchez. So Jordan stands in. He had a hit off of Rogers yesterday. Rogers gave up 2 hits in an inning, didn't give up a run. Jordan has a double and an intentional walk in 4 trips. First pitch here, and that's smacked toward left center. Snyder stumbles enough to play it on a bounce. Altuve stops at second. Davis Schneider, just in the game for defense, kind of stumbled as he came in for that ball, and that may have cost him a chance to make the catch. So the Astros have 2 men on, nobody out, and Christian Walker at the plate.
All right, Christian Walker's got a chance. The Astros haven't scored since the 4th inning when they had 3 consecutive home runs. And they've never lost a game when they've hit 3 consecutive homers.
First pitch to Walker, misses outside for a ball.
Perfect 7-0 record when they hit 3 home runs in a row.
Last did it in 2019. Walker 5 for 15 in his career against this pitcher. 1-0. Outside 2-0. Now why Rogers instead of Louis Varland, who's perfect? 16 for 16 in save chances. Well, he pitched yesterday. He pitched 2 of the last 3, including going 2 innings. 2-0. That's a strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Went 2 innings, 28 pitches in the Blue Jays game on Saturday at Wrigley to pick up a save. And threw 12 more pitches yesterday. 2-1. Swing and a foul tip held on to by Valenzuela, and it's 2-2 to Walker. Isaac Paredes on deck. Josh Hader getting ready in the Astros bullpen. Astros down 6-4. Top of the 9th. Altuve at second. Alvarez at first. The tying run. Walker the go-ahead run. Rogers 2-2. And Walker pops it up. First base side. Foul ground. Guerrero coming in, and the first baseman makes the catch, moving toward home plate for a big first out. Runners have to hold. Here's Isaac Paredes, RBI single in the first. He's 1 for 4. He walked against Rogers yesterday. Astros will need to come from behind here in the 9th if they're going to even up this 3-game series at a game apiece. Came in having won 3 consecutive series. First pitch, and Paredes smokes it to center field, racing over. Varshall have to play it on a bounce. Everybody moves up 90 feet. A hard hit single by Paredes loads the bases with 1 out.
There's a lot of indecision there. Not only the base runners, but also the center fielder Varsho thinking, do I die for this? If I don't come up with it, it's a tie game. So he elected to stay back, and the Astros are still fighting their way back into it.
And Joey Loperfido, the former Blue Jay, traded back to the Astros in February, is going to pinch hit for Myers, a left-handed hitter, against the submarining right-hander Rogers. Loperfido, a .229 hitter, .330 on base percentage, no homers, 7 driven in. Infield back with the Blue Jays up by 2. First pitch. And that is outside for a ball. Okamoto, the shallowest of the infielders at third, a couple of steps behind the bag. The 1-0. Swing and a bouncer foul behind home, 1-1. That's Altuve at third. Alvarez at second is the tying run. Paredes the go-ahead run at first. Astros led this game 4-0. Blue Jays have scored 6 unanswered. Astros looking to answer here. 1-1. And that's dribbled softly foul off to the right. Got one in on Loperfido, and it's 1-2. Varsho in center, shade slightly the other way. Rogers works from the third base side of the rubber. The 1-2. And that's hit foul back to the screen. Spoiled one away. 1-2 still. .84 on that fastball from Rogers. He averages 83. Bases full of Astros. The 1-2 to Loperfido. Outside, 2-2.
Great take. would be easy to reach for that one, but he was able to keep his hands back and stay off of it.
A base hit to the outfield could tie the game. 1 out in the 9th. The pitch. Check swing. Dribbler rolls up the third base line, and what are they going to say? Catcher's interference. It is catcher's interference on Valenzuela, and that's going to score a run. Altuve trots home, and it's 6-5 Toronto. Loperfido's bat, as he made that check swing, made contact with the catcher's mitt of Valenzuela.
Valenzuela saying that he had that in his glove already when Loperfido made contact with it.
Bill Miller now talking with John Schneider as we get another look at it.
So he hit the back of the glove when the ball had just reached it, the pocket of the catcher's glove.
The call on the field is catcher's interference. Toronto is changing the call.
So
if it reaches the pocket, does that mean the play's over?
I'm not sure, actually. I don't think I've ever seen that. Usually when you see catcher's interference, it's the bat making contact with the ball, and the ball is not in the glove. But yeah, it's almost like the ball got to the glove simultaneous with Loperfido's bat hitting the glove of Valenzuela. I am honestly not sure how this ruling works.
I don't think anybody's seen this. But
I never have.
I'm sure there's wording on what catcher's interference.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. It was catcher's interference. Toronto will lose their challenge.
So there you have it. So that goes as an error on the catcher Valenzuela.
You know what? When they slowed that down, the bat made contact with the leather before the ball got in there. So I think that's the right call no matter what.
So Altuve scores. Alvarez at third, the tying run. Paredes the go-ahead run at second. Loperfido at first, and Cam Smith stands in. Bases loaded, 1 out, 6-5 Toronto. Infield in for the Blue Jays. First pitch to Cam, and he lines this one over to left field, racing over Schneider. He runs it down, makes the catch. Tagging is Alvarez. The throw to the plate is cut off. Alvarez scores, and we're tied. Sac fly for Cam Smith. 6-6 ball game.
They did exactly what you're supposed to do. Don't wait around. If you got a pitch, you can get out there. Make sure you smoke it and lift it into the outfield. And the Astros come back again.
So Paredes still at second. Loperfido still at first. And Jeremy Pena will bat. He pinch hit in the 8th and walked. That was against Jeff Hoffman. Pitched by Rogers. And that's a high bouncer. Out to the second baseman. Charging it is Urias. Throw to first just in time to get Pena. A bang-bang play at first base, but Jeremy Pena is thrown out as Joe Espada thought about challenging, but then thinks otherwise. So the Astros score 2 in the 9th inning to extend the game. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Astros 6, Blue Jays 6.
Come see future athletes.
Be able to get one if they can get that. Here, John bobbles the ball, and to the helmet. They're going to try to score again there. And Tommy, Tommy John should have stayed out of the way both times.
Tommy made 2 errors. 3 errors?
They can't give him 3 errors.
That is something. 3 errors on one play. Wow.
Freddie Freeman leads off the 6th inning in a 1-1 game. Freeman sends a high drive to deep center field. Buxton back. He turns and watches it hit. Gone. Clears the wall and gives the Dodgers the lead.
Freddie with his 380th career home run.
They attacked Freddie with 3 four-seam fastballs in a row. You know, the first one was 94, and then he went 91-91, which you're not going to get many people out in the big leagues with a four-seamer at 91.
We know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
Baby.
2 in the top half of the ninth, and Josh Hader is on for the Astros, trying to keep it tied, facing Dalton Varsho, who's 3 for 4, 2-run homer that tied it his last time, and he swings through a first pitch fastball for strike 1. Left-on-left matchup, Hader, a 1.13 ERA and 5 saves in 8 games. 8 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 13 strikeouts. 0-1. And Varsho fouls it over the screen, and it's quickly 0-2. Bryce Matthews moves over to center field for the Astros. Joey Loperfido, pinch hitter who reached on the catcher's interference that brought in a run, is now in left field.
2-pitch combo for Hader. That 2-seam fastball up and the slider down.
The 0-2 to Varsho. That bounces, a slider off the chest protector of Vasquez, 1-2. Hader, the 5th pitcher used by Houston today. 1-2. And that's poked and caught by the first baseman Walker on the backhand to his right. The soft line out by Varsho, 1 away.
Boy, Varsho looks good today. Everything on the screws.
Here's Luis Urias. He's also looked good today for Toronto in his Blue Jays debut. A 2-run homer and a single. He's been retired his last 2 times, though, grounding out in the 7th. Infield shades him to pull. Hader, the kick and the pitch. And the breaking ball spins outside. 6 runs, 14 hits for the Astros. 6 runs, 12 hits for Toronto. Each side has been charged with an error. The 1-0. That's in the dirt. Did he go around? No swing, says Chad Whitson, 2-0. So the Astros currently with a 6-man rotation, which means you have 1 fewer pitcher in the bullpen. They've already used 4 relievers, including Hader. And Hader these days is a 1-inning pitcher. 2-0. That's in the dirt, coming off the biceps injury. Didn't get activated until earlier this month. Brian King has pitched each of the last 2 days. A.J. Bluebaugh pitched 2 innings yesterday.
I think Van Wy would be available.
Yeah, Logan Van Wy pitched an inning yesterday. 3 O's over 4, strike 3 and 1. But yeah, those are the 3 relievers available in Joe Espada's bullpen now. King, Bluebaugh, and Van Wy. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Overpowered him with a fastball upstairs, and it's a full count to Luis Urias. Another great crowd on hand here in Toronto. Not quite a sellout. They had 42,000 yesterday for the sellout. More than 38,000 here today. 3-2 to Urias. And he skies this one. Shallow left center. Coming in, Loperfido and Matthews. Loperfido, the 2-handed grab for the second out. The entire field pretty much is enveloped in shadows now in this late afternoon contest. Now it's Nathan Lucas to the plate. He pinch hit in the 7th inning and flied out to deep left center.
And Braden Fisher, right-handed pitcher up in the Blue Jays bullpen.
So he would have the 10th should we get there. Hader trying to make it possible. Needs 1 more out. First pitch. Fastball's a little high. Ball 1. Urias toes on the grass, Paredes toes on the grass at third. Creeps in a little bore. The 1-0 is a strike with a slider on the outer third. One delivery. Swing and a miss. Tied him up with a fastball in. Left on left matchup. Ernie Clement has moved on deck to hit for Andres Jimenez. Six ball game. The 1-2. Outside and low, 2-2. Astros led 4-0. Blue Jays tied it at 4 in the 7th. Went ahead 6-4 in the 8th on Okamoto's 2-run single. Astros 2 in the top of the 9th to tie it. 2-2. Outside, full count now to Lucas.
left-hander. He's putting up a good battle against Hader. He's laid off a couple of tough pitches these last two.
3-2 to Lucas. Swing and a foul tip held on to by Vasquez. Side retired. A 1-2-3 ninth for Josh Hader. And we go to the 10th in Toronto. Astros 6, Blue Jays 6.
Celebrate Independence Day by enjoying America's pastime as the Astros take on the Tampa Bay Rays on Saturday.
and then they pull it, and you know they're holding one link. Carrick now he's going to throw off his arm. Here it comes. Throw toward third. Oh my! Out! What a throw by Carrick! Are you kidding me? That's a cannon.
That throw came at 99.8 miles an hour. We round up here. That's a 100-mile-an-hour throw.
How much fun was that?
It's great.
Yeah, Jim Leday looking to hit the brakes here, and because that grass out there is moist, it'll be tough to get your footing out there.
The middle, backhanded by Lindor, who stumbles as he throws it away. Alonso, a diving attempt to stop that one.
Playing a little tic-tac-toe over there by the Pirates dugout. And Emmanuel Valdez says, get serious.
We're going to need to check back in on this situation.
See if he gets that one on anytime soon.
Oh, they kept going. I mean, you got to stop the top guy. Ooh.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB
10th inning. Astros and Blue Jays knotted at 6. Jeremy Pena will be the automatic runner at second for the Astros. And on the pitch for Toronto, their 7th pitcher of the day is right-hander Braden Fisher. This is his 40th appearance, second most in the big leagues, 3.07 ERA, 41 innings, 28 hits, 19 walks, 40 strikeouts. Bryce Matthews leads it off. Corner infielders creep in. Matthews squares, gets the bunt down, off the mound fielding it is Fisher. His only play is to first, and he throws it there in time. Sacrifice successful, 1-3, moving Pena to third base.
Bryce learned that from Dwayne Stelly at the Astros Urban Youth Academy.
That's right.
Get the bunt down.
We talked about Oklahoma earlier winning the College World Series. Dwayne Stelly was an infielder the last time Oklahoma won the College World Series back in 1994. So now the infield comes in for Christian Vasquez, batting for the first time. First pitch. And that is off the outside corner for a ball. Astros do have an ABS challenge now. You get one in extra innings if you have no more remaining. Vasquez came in to catch in the 8th after Diaz was pinch run for. The 1-0. That's high. 2 balls and no strikes. Vasquez hitting .219, .280 on base percentage, 4 homers, 19 runs batted in.
Fisher threw an inning and a third in last night's game.
Here's a 2-0. Fouled back to the screen. Fisher from Houston, Clear Falls High School, drafted out of high school by the Dodgers in the 4th round in 2018. Got traded for Kevin Biggio, another Houston product, in June of 2024. That's how the Blue Jays got him. 2-1. Grounded foul at the third base side. 2-2 now to Christian Vasquez. Just 6 pitches for Fisher yesterday in his inning and a third. Pena the lead off third. 1 out. 6-6 game, top of the 10th. 2-2 to Vasquez. And he pops it up. First base side foul ground. Guerrero's racing over with Valenzuela. Guerrero makes the call and the catch. And there are 2 away. So Vasquez fouls out. And now it's up to Jose Altuve to try and get a 2-out hit. Altuve is 3 for 5 today, a double and a couple of singles, and he has scored twice. Logan Van Wy is warming in the Astros bullpen. Right-hander. First pitch. Bouncing ball left side right at the shortstop Jimenez. He has it, throws across, side retired. So the Astros unable to score in the top of the 10th. We go to the bottom of the 10th in Toronto. Astros 6, Blue Jays 6.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
23-year-old flamethrower Chase Burns, the second overall pick in 2024.
The pitch blew by you. Strike 3 right over the outside corner, 2 down.
That might be the first time we've seen triple digits from Chase Burns today. Ran that one up there at 100. That's a good time to reach back for a little extra right there to put a guy away. Burns brings it. Swing and a miss. There it was. 99 right on by him. Triolo down on strikes, and the inning comes to a close on Burns' 5th strikeout of the game.
Make it 2. It's a half dozen Ks for Chase Burns.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Davis looked like he had no chance.
That one had a bit of bite to it. Kind of spun that one in the zone to Horowitz for the first batter of this inning hit.
Second, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. 7 strikeouts for Chase Burns through 5 innings of shutout baseball against the Pirates. It's the Reds 2, Pirates nothing.
Starting over won't be easy. Broken, divided, split tomorrow from today. Knowing what you know just makes it harder to think straight. Starting over after it breaks. Starting over when the story's got an astounding twist. You better turn that page. When push.
Bottom of the 10th, Astros and Blue Jays tied at 6. Automatic runner for Toronto is Nathan Lucas, and Logan Van Wy on the pitch for the Astros. Corner infielders creep in as Andres Jimenez leads it off. 1 for 4 with a double, likely bunting. First pitch, he squares and bunts it foul behind home, strike 1. Walker crashing aggressively from first base.
It was a poor attempt of trying to get the bat out front, wasn't it?
It was.
That ball got very deep.
Van Wy recalled by the Astros yesterday with Brian Abreu going on the restricted list due to a personal matter. Outfield is shallow. Jimenez squares the 0-1, gets the bunt down, left side, picked up by Paredes, throws to first, sacrifice successful. Altuve covering, so 5-4, and Lucas, the winning run, is 90 feet away for Toronto. And now it's the top of the order in George Springer.
Maybe take a shot at jamming Springer here. I'm trying to think ahead and intentionally walking the Guerrero, who's on deck. There's a lot to go here.
Van Wy, an inning yesterday, giving up a run. Infield in, outfield is shallow. First pitch to Springer. Inside, almost hit him. So he moves his legs out of the way, ball 1. Springer is singled and walked. And 5 trips to the plate. He's also scored a run.
He's been getting spammed inside fastballs.
1-0. Ground ball up the middle to his left. Pena, shortstop has it, looks the runner back to third, throws to first, 2 out.
Now do you want Guerrero here?
Davis Schneider would be after him. See what the Astros decide to do here.
I would walk him.
Guerrero, an infield single. He's also reached on an error. And Van Wy is going to pitch to him, at least ostensibly. Infield can back up with 2 out. First pitch. And Guerrero hits it well and hits it deep to center. Back on it on the warning track. Matthews makes the catch, a step onto the track, and the side is retired. So Logan Van Wy escapes, and we go to the 11th. Astros 6, Blue Jays 6.
It well to center. Cruz is getting a workout today. That is gone. Back to back in the third inning. The Royals have 4 home runs.
Ball was hit really hard. 105 off the bat, way deep into center field, dead center. It was a slider, just a kind of a hanging slider. Michael Massey demolishes that baseball.
That was a 430-foot home run for Michael Massey.
Inning. Astros and Blue Jays tied at 6. Jose Altuve, the automatic runner. Braden Fisher needed just 7 pitches to get 3 outs in the 10th. Is on the mound, and you're not going to believe this, but Yordan Alvarez was just intentionally walked. So Alvarez is at first, Altuve at second, and Christian Walker, the batter. He is 0 for 5 today. Walker started the day 6th in the American League in RBIs.
He's hit 11 home runs this year on non-fastballs, and Fisher features a lot of off-speed deliveries.
Outfield straight away. Fisher delivers. And the breaking ball's a strike on the outer third, 0-1. Simeon Woods Richardson, basically the last man left in Toronto's bullpen, is warming. Logan Van Wyk, basically the last man left in the Astros pen, pitched the bottom of the 10th. No one's up in the Houston bullpen right now. The 0-1. That's in the dirt. Valenzuela to his knees to keep it in front, 1-1. Louis Varland is also technically an available reliever, but he didn't pitch the 9th inning. It would have been 3 out of 4 for him, and he had a 2-inning save on Saturday. Tyler Rogers got the blown save in the top of the 9th to send this game to extras. So clearly Varland not available. 1-1, breaking ball strike. Meanwhile, for the Astros, technically Brian King is available, but he's pitched each of the last 2 days, and A.J. Bluebaugh technically is available, but he threw 38 pitches in 2 innings yesterday. The 1-2 to Walker. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a breaking ball down. 1 away in the top of the 11th. Third time Walker has struck out today. So still 2 men on for Isaac Paredes, who's 2 for 5. A couple of singles, including an RBI hit in the first.
That gave him an 8-game hitting streak now.
He's driven in a run in 3 straight games. Looking to drive in more here. Fisher delivers. And that is a little low for a ball. Fisher made his big league debut with the Blue Jays last season. The 1-0. Swing and a bouncer back to the screen, and it's 1-1. Paredes taps the plate with the end of the bat twice. He's ready. Two-tone bat for Isaac. Altuve off second, Alvarez off first. 1-1. Outside, 2-1. 6-6 game, top of the 11th. Astros 3-4 in extra innings this season. The Blue Jays are 4-3 in extras. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Joey Loperfido on deck. At the knees, full count.
Brett has thought about it.
The slider, again, mostly breaking stuff from Fisher.
He thought about challenging.
It's a good thing he didn't. That was a strike.
Did you get it?
Just did graze the bottom.
Well, he would know. He's the ABS challenge king right now.
9 for 9 on the season. Runners lead off first and second. 3-2 to Paredes. Swing and a miss. Got him on a curveball. Looked to be a little elevated. Back-to-back strikeouts for Fisher. And there are 2 out here in the top of the 11th. But still 2 men on for the Astros, and Joey Loperfido standing in. Loperfido pinch hit in the 9th and reached on catcher's interference with the bases loaded. That's how the Astros got the first of their 2 runs in the 9th, and then Cam Smith tied it with a sac fly. So now Loperfido looking for a 2-out hit. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball over for a strike. That was the curve. 0-1. Altuve, excellent speed at second. The go-ahead run. Alvarez at first. He was intentionally walked to start the inning. Altuve, the automatic runner. The 0-1. That bounces. A 55-footer. Good block by Valenzuela. Keeping that in front. And it's a 1-1 count to Loperfido.
Loperfido's patented swing is inside out into left center field, a line drive. And it's open. Bounce foul up the first base side behind Coach Dave Clark, and it's 1-2. Sticking with the hook, isn't he?
He is. The 1-2. And Loperfido hammers it deep to right field. It's hooking. If it stays fair, it's gone. It's a fair ball and a go-ahead 3-run homer. Joey Loperfido, the former Blue Jay, comes back to Toronto and gives the Astros a 9-6 lead in the 11th. What a time for your first home run of the season.
Boy, does he silence the crowd here in Toronto. Loperfido with a blast just inside the foul pole in right field. And you're right, to hit your first home run of the season and send everybody packing up the aisles here at the Rogers Center. What a sweet feeling.
Here's Cam Smith, a homer and a sac fly today, also has a single. First pitch. And Cam takes one high for a ball.
Daniels Jewelers is your proud trip around the diamond sponsor. Don't miss out. Grab your 50% off coupon instantly at danielsjewelers.com/baseball.
So much for hitting it the other way, huh? 1-0. That's inside, 2-0. So Logan Van Wy will be back out for the bottom of the 11th. And a 1-2-3 10th inning. There was a sac bunt in there, the 2-0. And that ball was tipped off the bat of Smith as he checked his swing and held on to Valenzuela, so that's a strike. And it's 2-1. Blue Jays in the bottom of the 11th. Guerrero will be the automatic runner. Schneider, Okamoto, and Valenzuela due up for Toronto. 2-1. In the dirt. Rolls behind Valenzuela. And it's 3 balls and a strike. And Logan Van Wy, if he's able to maintain the lead in the bottom of the 11th inning, would get his first big league win. 3-1. Smith hammers this one high in the air to left, but this is going to hang up for Schneider, moving toward the line, makes the catch, and the side is retired. But Joey Loperfido back in Toronto a go-ahead 3-run homer, and we go to the bottom of the 11th. Astros 9, Blue Jays 6.
Don't wait until it's too late. It's hurricane season again. I'm Mark.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Savage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison.
Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
It's a walking history book. It's ridiculous what he does.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Astros with a 9-6 lead, thanks to Joey Loperfido's 3-run homer in the top of the 11th. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the automatic runner. David Schneider leads it off against Logan Van Wy. 5 pitches in the 10th inning for Van Wy, and he delivers a fastball outside to David Schneider, batting for the first time. He came on to play left field on defense in the 9th. The 1-0. And that is a little high. It's 2 balls and no strikes. After Davis Schneider, it's Kazuma Okamoto and Brandon Valenzuela, 3, 4, and 5 in the Toronto order. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Rushed him with a fastball at 92. 2-1. Awkward swing by Schneider. Schneider, 3 home runs on the year, hitting 165. The 2-1. And that's hit high in the air to left. Loperfido going back onto the edge of the warning track. Now back onto the turf, makes the catch. And there is 1 away in the bottom of the 11th. Guerrero still at second. Here's Kazuma Okamoto. He's been busy today. 2 walks, 2 hits, 5 trips to the plate, including a 2-run single in the 8th that gave the Blue Jays the lead. Astros led 4-0. Blue Jays came to take a 6-4 lead. Astros tied it with 2 in the 9th at 6. The pitch is outside, ball 1. And then Joey Loperfido, the go-ahead 3-run home run in the top of the 11th to give us our current 9-6 score. Astros on top. The 1-0. On the outside corner, 1-1. Sweeper there from Van Wy. Pitch on the way. And that is lined in a left field, a base hit for Okamoto. Around third and scoring easily, Guerrero. Okamoto trying for 2, but then puts on the brakes and goes back to first as Loperfido with a strong throw in. Kazuma Okamoto, his 3rd hit and 3rd RBI of the day, and it's 9-7 Astros.
We'll see if that matters through the rest of this inning, but Loperfido getting that ball off the wall, a place he's familiar with, holding Okamoto at first base. They could get a double play here.
So now Brandon Valenzuela at the plate, the tying run, 0 for 4 today with a walk. Swing and a foul ball bounces to the backstop for strike 1. Paredes steps shy of the infield turf at third. Now he's going to back up and move further away from the line. He was already off the line against the switch hitter batting left. Middle infielder's back, shaded to pull. Walker holding on the runner at first, Okamoto, the 0-1. And there's a strike on the inside corner. Valenzuela challenges.
Batter challenging the strike ball.
And that pitch was low. It was on the corner, but it was low. So this will get overturned. So it's a 1-1 count to Valenzuela. Van Wy set at the letters. Delivers. Way outside. Valenzuela settles back into the box. Walker now will play behind Okamoto at first. The 2-1. Just off the outside corner, 3-1. Dalton Varsho on deck. Outfield super deep and straight away. 3-1. Swing and a foul tip held on to by Vasquez. Full count. Went upstairs with a fastball at 93. Valenzuela takes some time getting back into the box, takes a deep breath, now settles in. Ready and waiting from the left side. Van Wy's 3-2. Ground ball right side. Walker backhands, goes to second for one. Pena to first with Van Wy covering. He drops the ball. If Van Wy holds on to it, it's a game-ending double play. But the Blue Jays are now down to their final out.
Boy, it's so unfortunate. Game should be over, and Varsho, their hottest hitter today, comes to the plate.
Representing the tying run, Varsho has 2 doubles and a 2-run homer. He is 3 for 5. Lined out softly to first his first time, and this is going to get Josh Miller out of the dugout to have a word with Van Wy. Vasquez and Walker will join the conference. Miller with his hand over his mouth as he talks to Van Wy. He's doing most of the talking here. And now heads back to the first base dugout.
A couple of pitches that Varsho has really been on are the cut fastballs, and Van Wy throws that pitch. I wonder if he says to eliminate that.
Varsho with 7 home runs on the year. Came off the IL after missing a week and a half with a wrist injury on Saturday. Paredes in on the turf at third. Walker playing behind Valenzuela at first. 9-7 game, bottom of the 11th. First pitch, strike on the inside corner. Well, that's step one. Get strike one.
No kidding, and that was in a perfect spot inside. So it gets him conscious in there. That's good.
Blue Jays down to their final out. A run home for Toronto here in the bottom of the 11th. The 0-1. And Varsho lifts this one into the seats foul out of play to the left, and the Blue Jays are down to their final strike. Another fastball.
So that was the message. Rush him, crowd him inside.
Van Wy works from the first base side of the rubber, comes set at the letters. Delivers an 0-2. Way inside, almost hit Varsho, who scrambles out of the way. And it's a 1-2 count. So, yeah, it's pretty clear they're trying to keep it inside on Varsho. Van Wy brings the hands together. The 1-2. Way high and inside, and it's 2-2. Varsho doing the limbo. Luis Urias, who also has a home run today, is on deck. Blue Jays down to their final strike. Varsho the tying run, 2-2. And that's hit softly in the air, floats out to Altuve, plays it on a hop, throws to first in time, and that is the ball game. What a win for the Astros. Defeating the Blue Jays 9-7 and 11. Joey Loperfido's first home run of the season is a 3-run shot that proves to be the game winner. And Logan Van Wy, his first big league victory. We'll be back with the Gallery Furniture postgame show after this.
Out of here! See you later!
Houston Astros Play-by-Play is brought to you by Houston Methodist, the official healthcare provider for the Houston Astros. Houston Methodist, leading medicine. Reliant Energy, official energy provider of the Houston Astros. By your Houston area Lexus dealers. By Landry's, the leader in dining, hospitality, entertainment, and gaming. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of the Houston Astros. Insperity, HR that makes a difference. By Gallery Furniture. By Landry's, the leader in dining, hospitality, entertainment, and gaming. Take 5 oil change. Daniel's Jewelers. PNC.
Contreras is chewing on the tape.
Yeah, why use a pocket when you could just eat it?
Who knew? Who knew boys of summer need a cup of hot soup bone broth? MIT, is that you?
That looks like the catcher's play all the way.
So Manny was going to make a double play, and in the way was the runner, Arias.
I think it went off his glove and over the wall, and it's a home run for Torrens, who was not sure. That was bizarre.
Schlittler, 25 years old. He spent the season until June in Double-A last year, then moved up to Triple-A, and he was called up to the Yankees on July 9th, and what a difference he made. Swing and a miss. Gets him on the sinker. Swing and a miss. That's the sinker. 4 strikeouts in a row, 8 on the game.
You could see a lot of different characters at the ballpark, and this week brought out some of the best.
I just hope that whatever was going on with that hot dog, that dog now owned that hot dog. I have not seen a cup on the bottom of a spike.
This is more of a hand grenade than it was a throw toward second.
Osuna hits one into the cone.
So look up and look out. That bat exploded, and the Mariners haven't blown it up.
Florida man's a real thing, right?
Tarps off. Freebird time at Busch.
Fantastic entertainment.
Hats off and shirts off for the top defensive plays of the week.
Towards the side rail, he crashes into the wall, and he made the catch.
Another stop by Peraza. Throw from his back, and he got it.
Now